we walked towards the city with the promise of, probably, somehow help. He told us to go meet a cleric called Father Akira, I think. Either
Akia.
him or the Kia, right? On the way there, we met some soldiers on the road that were also like, "Boys, shit's fucked, right?" And we said, "Yep." Demon, and then Shala spilled the entire beans, the entire bean bag, just rolled out on the floor. And yeah, he said, "Yeah, I don't remember. Did he tell us to go like report something, or was like, all right, cool, I'll write that into my report." Yeah,
Well, I think we told him
He-
that we were going to go report it, and he
Yeah.
was just like, "Okay, good," because we were going to tell you to go report that.
all right, yeah.
You were on the same
Yeah.
page from the beginning.
Yeah. After that, we journey towards Javage. On the way, however, we run into some feral dogs with 100% too many heads.
Coyotes.
Coyotes.
Mhm.
Coyotes are dogs.
Huh?
Caught him. After
I meant
a long
wolves
and
are dogs.
exhausting combat, yes, wolves are also dogs.
But
Anything
typically
that's-
you say wolves, not dogs, if they are wolves.
No, they're
Same
just
with
they're
coyotes.
just bigger dogs.
All right, carry on.
All right. And so after defeating these coyotes with our vast repertoire of spells such as insults, firebolts, and gnomish fury, we continue on to Javash. And at
Big
the
ass
gates,
sword.
we are let in after some distrust between gnome and government structure. After our weapons are confiscated, I think we that's where we are right now, having a discussion of where are we going first exactly, and who's going where. So
That is-
our
I think that is where we ended up, you guys.
Yeah.
We're about to decide where to go first and what to do first. And
Yeah.
I think that could be a good thing to go
Yeah.
over so that everyone's on the same page. What are all the things that you have
Yeah.
come to the
So in character. All right, gang. So we go talk to the cleric. Galashar, you want to talk to someone? Maybe find your sister. She's probably
Sister
somewhere.
and probably go talk with somebody from the conclave.
Yeah,
I
I
know
think.
that each of us has a little bit of our own business, but maybe until we get this story all laid out, it would be wise to all stick together. They probably want all of the first-hand witnesses in one place, and that way we don't have to go scouring around the city for each other should we need to get our story straight.
Yeah. So maybe first of all, I look at Dale, who's got a growing infection, like all over his small little cuts. Maybe we should take him to the cleric that we got recommended, so to say. Was his name Akia?
You made it.
I think his tongue has also been infected, as I cannot hear what he's saying.
I've been pouring moonshine over it. It's fine.
I don't think it is. I'm gonna be honest. It doesn't look fine.
That looks pretty bad, yeah.
Also, if you're gonna have to pour moonshine on it constantly, that's quite a deficit in the monetary department.
Talk about, I made this all myself. Pour a little bit on there, rub it around, pour a little bit of water on there. It's good.
Anyways, yeah, maybe we should go talk to Father Akia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to take it. I'm gonna look at Dale's wound here, the poison. I have a first aid proficiency. I've dealt with mending people's wounds. How does this look? Does it look like he treated this? And it worked.
So the bite happened, the infection happened only a few hours ago, I think. So it's relatively fresh. You can see that there's he's got multiple bite marks on him. He's been bitten all over by those dogs. But you can see that a few of them are you can see fang marks, and they've got these dark spots beginning to form, kind of like bruises beginning to swell around them.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe just at a first look, not really sure if it has worked quite yet. Maybe I'll check back later and see if the
it's
wounds
probably-
have kind of spread or gotten worse or something like this.
Yeah, well,
We'll check back.
yeah. Still very fresh, so hard to say.
Yeah.
Perhaps if you leave it be, perhaps maybe tomorrow you could get a better read on
Yeah.
what's going on.
I think I lean over to Shala also with first experience and say, normally infections don't go that fast. This is something else.
Maybe. It's possible. I think even if this Father Akia doesn't have a spell for us, it may be possible. I
Maybe he
think
knows
I'm
what it is,
on
at
the
least.
verge of a breakthrough that maybe I might be able to break through to the second circle and gain some protection from poison.
Well, yes. However, if that
By
doesn't
the
happen
grace
soon,
of-
I'm sure we're gonna have to haul around a deceased gnome everywhere. So let's get this fixed out with someone with current experience.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would,
So
I would much prefer if he has the spell available.
yeah. So he lived in like the outer district, right, Goljar?
Yeah, the lower district of the city, I think.
Yeah.
Outskirts, on the outskirts, yeah.
Yeah, so the commoner district, in other words. Just to give you guys a bit more backstory that I haven't given you guys yet. You guys have, as you know, been working for the government for a while.
Mhm.
And Pablo, even though he was your quote-unquote probation officer for the last mission, he wasn't your kind of go-to guy for like handling this case. So your sentencing was basically, or is basically, being handled by a completely separate person. Someone you've become probably relatively, not close to, but I mean, you've dealt with this person quite a bit
Familiar
over the years.
too,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're very familiar with them. So, at least in that regard, you do have someone you can go to. This person that is called Chief Justice Delandra, who is a cleric. And she is basically second in command when it comes to sentencing in the capital. She has the second highest authority, just under the king. So typically, if a crime or something like of that sort has been revealed or proven, the king will typically come down and give a sentence. But if the king doesn't care, or if it's beneath him, not worth his time, then it goes to this person, Delandra, of Esther, who is a very old woman, a cleric. They've probably been dealing with a lot.
Just so Taiki knows how to spell it, could you type it out in chat?
Oh, for Taiki? Sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Ah, thank you.
I
Voice.
mean,
Oh,
I mean, it's,
See, Taiki didn't know how to spell it.
shut the fuck up. My character would have known how to spell it. Sure.
Yeah, but your character is the one taking notes, is he?
True.
Alright, continue.
that's it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we work directly under her, not like a
Well,
pyramid scheme.
You kind of, I mean, it's more so that she's like the judge who, sentenced you to community service, and once you've done your community service, you gain an audience with her again. She says, okay, you've done your shit, you can go.
Yeah.
That's basically the relationship that you have. But with you, it's like, all right, community service 1 of 100 done. Let's see. All right, you've done that. Here's community service number 2. And you went back to her, done a job. Went back to her, done a job over the years, like multiple times. So in that way, you're
So
familiar.
So Pablo was
Also-
basically just our 100th like probation officer who's like, all right, criminals, yep, all right, cool. Do this thing, don't fuck it up, and in general, we haven't fucked it up. So Pablo's like one of many people we've worked
It's
with
like a
during
field
our time.
supervisor.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like the supervisor. You haven't had a supervisor for everything you've done because it hasn't required one. But for example, this last job, this was like relatively like high profile, and you were entering like a very like important place. So obviously they sent someone, so you're not gonna like vandalize, like put graffiti all over it because you know you're criminals. Who knows what you might do? Yeah,
That is true.
Yeah, so
All
we
right,
have to
okay.
return the quest at least before we are free.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing is though, the quest log, Taki, it says objective failed, so I don't really know what to do here.
It's fine.
Yeah,
surely.
so,
There's an
yeah, there's
alternate
that.
timeline.
Probably talk to the Conclave. Yeah, let's go to Father Ikea. He can probably
Yeah.
help Dale here at least with.
Let's
Yeah,
do that and
balance.
go to the Chief Justice, and then afterwards people can do their own shit.
Yeah.
All right.
You guys are making this a real big deal. Just need a good night's sleep. Good cup of moonshine. I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Exactly.
To the
We'll
priest.
We'll still look at it, yeah? Just to be sure.
Fine.
All right. Well, as you guys begin walking through the lower areas of the city, closer to the walls, the high walls like basically cast like a shadow into most parts of the commoner district, which means that it doesn't really get too much sun, especially in the morning and the evening. Typically when it's like midday, the commoner district gets its fair share of sun inside the walls, because on one side there's like a high wall blocking it, and on the other side it's the other districts that are kind of like higher up, also casting a shadow. But as you guys are walking around the perimeter in the commoner district, you can see that there's a lot of war refugees. I mean, a lot of them. This place is like packed with people. You constantly, it's like you're in the city center of some massive city. You're like constantly like not quite bumping into people, but you constantly have to like watch out for people, and you need to watch where you're going. You don't have like a personal space wherever you're walking.
They basically have to form a triangle around Dale so no one accidentally steps on him because they can't fucking see him.
It would go very poorly for them if they tried
Yeah,
to
no, that's the problem.
accidentally
It's not
step
for his
on me.
protection, it's for everyone who steps on his protection.
I feel like if there was a legitimate risk of people like looking up at the sky and accidentally walking on gnomes, I feel like fantasy civilization would crumble very quickly if that was actually a risk.
No, they just
Yeah.
accidentally knee them in the face constantly, you know? Normally
Well,
you
I
bump
mean-
into someone, it's like shoulder to shoulder, not knee
Honestly,
to face.
As far as size goes, it'd be like children walking with their parents in a city. Like,
Yeah.
really, the parents are going to be more concerned about the child because the child is most likely not going to act like, it's not like someone's going to accidentally run into the child all the time. It's worried about the child running off. So, like, size wise, although humorous, I don't think it's as much of a problem
Yeah.
because the average person's probably like what, 5'2", 5'4" back in these days.
Maybe.
They don't have
I
their
don't know what the average height around here
fertilizer
is.
farms, so they don't have shit wax food.
No, they got magic's roids.
Yeah. Most humans are probably like
Right.
roughly, males probably 5'4", 5'5", females maybe a few inches.
Yeah.
That's probably the average
Yeah.
height. But
But
for some reason, every player character always seems to be like 6'5". I don't know why. It's very interesting.
Yeah, it's very strange, isn't it? Yeah.
I'll have
Anyways,
you
I
know,
look at Galashar, who's 6 feet, as I am 6'1", slightly taller than him. Short people, am I right?
Is what it is.
That is what it is,
I'm-
yeah.
I'll
I'm
have you
kinda
know, I am
curious.
still on the short side for gnomes. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So we've been to Gavash before.
I
We've reported
would
to this
assume so,
chief
yeah.
justice person, at least to report to this person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've been here multiple times.
We've
yeah.
probably done jobs in the city, too.
I
So,
mean, this is
I'm-
probably like the second. I mean, the place you probably have, like, if we're talking about like towns, villages, cities, your village is probably the place you've obviously been to the most. This is probably like second on the list. in your lifetimes. Yeah.
I mean, we worked out of here for 5 years. We've been here a lot.
So, yeah, continue. What were you
So, Shala's quite tall, but not really like the biggest, most imposing figure. But all of the Nadina stuff is kind of worn very plainly out in the open. Big symbol on her shield, big symbol on her, dangling off of her neck. Do people on the streets kind of like, as generally as a cleric, do people kind of give you a little bit of a wide berth? Is it just kind of like, maybe people are just walking casually and then they're like, oh fuck, it's a cleric, like, I give you like 3 feet of space or like 5 feet of space. Not like, they're not like brushing up into you unless they're just really not paying attention at all.
It's one of those things where, sure, even commoners, they tend to give clerics like a bit more courtesy, but it's one of those things where like you're like, if you're in a hurry, you're just trying to get by, or you do your daily shit, you're trying to get home, like, are you really gonna take 5 seconds out of your life to give like a cleric a wide berth just so that they can feel? I mean, it's like there's levels of
depends
respect.
where you are.
Yeah, there's levels of respect, and there's a time and a place in a situation to be like extra respectful, but I think like generally in like day-to-day life, probably not. If they're speaking to you, then that's probably like, if they're like interacting with you personally, like then that would be different. But it's not like every single person you pass by just like bows down to you before they get on with their day. It's not like anything like that. And clerics are like pretty common. There's quite a few of them. They're not like 1 in 100 or anything like that. Like if you walk from one side to the other of town, you will most certainly see like at least a dozen clerics along the way.
Imagine a cleric is pretty much just a person in just a nice suit in real life. It's just like, oh, nice suit, and then you just like continue walking. But if like this person walks up and talks to you, you do regard them as like they have a nice suit, clearly higher status than me, probably.
Yeah.
I assume it's similar to that.
And if sometimes, I mean, people do come up to you, you probably had these experiences, as a nature cleric. Perhaps they come up to you and say that, can you make my flower pot grow quicker? Or something like that. They ask for favors like this.
Oh, Jesus.
Or like, everyday favors like, could you make my food taste better? Could you make my plants like the front garden grow quicker? Something like this.
For things like this, I gotta get a ring so I can just hold out my hand and say, beg for Nadina's blessing. Kiss the ring.
Yeah. Yeah, so you guys walk along the city alleys and the streets, and you're looking for this guy called Father Akia. I think the only thing that you were told is that he resides somewhere here. He's male, presumed to be a human. Most people here are humans. Did you get any other information other than that? Or
I think we got a description.
Yeah, you would have probably gotten a description.
Assume.
Yeah, but just because the massive amounts of people here, looking for one person out of so many isn't the easiest thing. So just to see if you do find him, how long it takes. Why don't I have just a flat charisma check from one person in the party?
Yahoo!
Nice.
I
People
walk
like
up and
books.
I ask clerics if they know Father Akia, and that's just how I speedrun it. Because if someone
Father
knows a cleric, it's the other clerics.
True. Pretty smart. And it also holds. You can do this. You can ask some people. They're probably in a hurry. Well, not in a hurry, but they're probably looking to move on relatively quickly, so that they don't stop for like a long conversation. They probably just tell you like, over that way or something
Or
like
he's
that.
over that way, and then I go that way like 50 feet, and then I ask another person, and then it's just constantly just fucking ping pong between different people. Yep.
Yeah. And eventually, you see someone fitting the description sitting next to a very large cart filled with coffins and sarcophaguses.
Neat.
Kind of chatting to some people.
That looks like him.
Yeah.
Father Akia.
He turns to you, says, "Yes, that is me."
Like do a little bow. His name's Gazan. Come from village out east.
Greetings, Kazan. What brings you to me?
Well, then I look at Galashar and I was fuck. I forgot why we even came. Well, for one, our gnomish friend here got attacked by some wild animals on the road, and just look at him.
He beckons
Yeah,
to
and
you.
I will. Like,
I'll step up.
yeah, I'll
He,
motion.
Very
him
grumpy,
forward.
but I'll go through the motion at least.
he takes your hand, kind of stretches out, looks at the bite marks, says, "Ah, yes. You seem to be infected with some disease, clearly. Does it hurt?" He says as he slaps your hand a bit gently.
I mean, I've bumped my toe and felt more than that.
Do you feel numb at all in the hand?
I like wiggle my hands. I don't really feel numb, do I?
Not necessarily, no.
Nah. I only did get bit a couple hours ago.
Well, I could probably deal with this if I had any more spells for the day, but unfortunately I don't. This seems like something that you should probably tend to sooner rather than later.
Oh, guys, all I need is a good night's sleep.
That
Well, he's
might
talking
do
to
it, but that also might not do it. Always, I would say, better to play it safe.
I whisper over to Galashar. It's like, why did we come to this guy again?
Yeah, we got sent by the clerics. Guard, remember?
Oh, right. To do what?
Having a
Ask
bit
if we're
of
cursed.
dementia there, young one?
I don't know what you're talking about, Boomer.
Almost feels like it's been a week in the last hour.
Shala clears her throat. I'm Mother Shala,
Greetings,
cleric
Shala.
of Venus. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Father. I believe you're acquainted with Rojo and Raja.
Oh yes, Roja and Raja from what was that village?
Kuara.
Quara, yes. How do they fare?
Well,
Ooh.
it seems in a rather unfortunate tragedy, the entire village has been swept under the waves.
Nice one, under the waves, huh? Only that happened to be. Oh, it gets so hot sometimes in the year.
Oh no, there's a lake out there now.
There is a lake there, yeah. No, he's not kidding.
Yeah, there's some rather unsettling things that have happened. Maybe this conversation is appropriate for a private chamber of yours.
Well, I don't really have any private chambers. My chambers are shared by quite a few people, but why don't we step out of the street at least?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He'll take you inside to a nearby building, which is clearly something resembling a place where he stays. Very modest. Seems to be like a house where a lot of people seem to live, but it's relatively quiet. Only a few people in like a large room. So sits you by at like a bed nearby. He sits on the bed himself, puts his staff next to him, waiting explanation.
So, does any one of you want to tell about the demon, or
So we begin our day, and Gassan squats down. You might have heard of us, all right? We're doing some probation work. All right, we did some wacky stuff, allegedly. Hello, Kid Dale. And then this was our final mission, so to say. So we go there with two people, an archaeologist and an officer of the law. Go into this ancient old ruin. There's been a robbery, and I'll pull out the gold coin that I got from the tomb. You ever see one of these
Takes a look at it.
specifically?
Oh, I
Yeah.
can't say I have.
Yeah, that coin's older than you are even.
Oh,
And
must
so,
be old.
yeah, ancient. We go into this tomb, do some puzzling. You know how they always put some puzzle in tombs to lock things away. We go down to the bottom. Turns out there's like some ancient magical artifact down there. Archaeologist, a demon, wacky. He put us under a spell, forced us to comply with him. And then we released Azog, you know, the ancient one from like the one that the first king slew. That demon.
It was the Tomb of Ancient Kings, to be
Yeah.
clear, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that wasn't obvious by now. Yeah, he was trapped below there. So we released Azog, but you know, on the flip side, we released the Ensu as well. So you know,
the Azog? Not Azog.
yeah, the Azog and the Ensu. You know, we technically
Yes.
released both of them because they were locked together. And in releasing the Azog, kind of caused a massive earthquake that yeah, I don't really know where the water came from, but there's now a massive, like, several mile long crater where the desert used to be on there.
Full
There
of
was a
water.
few
Full of
military
water.
camps. Guara was there, and if I remember, if I saw it correctly, it's probably holy water. That's
Well, it was holy at least at first, but I don't know if all of it is.
well, I don't know how magical things work for clerics, but usually if you make something special, it doesn't stop being holy out of nowhere, or magical out of nowhere.
So yeah, we kind of need help because our entire town is gone. The people luckily survived. I don't think anyone died, but they're all homeless now, including us. And we would appreciate any help you could provide, and
And
we can help you in return.
also, we were wondering if you could tell us if we might be cursed. This kind of, I'll show him the back of, because I'm assuming the other hand because he didn't see it, the little tattoo that appeared on the back of my hand. This now showed up after we were done, all of us.
Yeah, and
I didn't have no tattoos before.
yeah, Galashar figured out that the thing that the demon got in the tomb was probably the handle to what was the weapon called?
It
I
was
don't know, the magic
handle-
fucking king weapon.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, the Sharur, the mace
Yeah,
of the
the
warrior
weapon,
king.
the weapon that the king used to imprison Azog in the first place.
By the gods, I haven't heard a
Yeah.
tale like this since I was your age.
Yeah, it was quite
Wild
wild.
day. Wild
Yeah.
day indeed.
A wild fucking day. That happened yesterday.
2 days ago.
I've
2
3 days ago. Because remember, it happened the day, then we had to walk back, stay the night in the desert, and then we got back, helped everyone, and then we had to walk here. So 3 days ago? 3 days ago? 2 days ago? 2.5
We
days
never
ago?
slept on the desert. We
Yeah, we never slept. We
Oh, yeah,
that
no, we
all
ran.
happened yesterday. Yeah, that
Yeah, we
happened
ran.
yesterday. So long fucking day.
Yep.
Felt like weeks.
But anyways, yeah,
Ugh.
any ancient curses here? I think
Yeah,
you got
that
told you can detect those.
show me that hand.
I'll also hold up my hand and say, yeah, we all got him.
We all got matching
We,
tattoos.
we present our hands.
He takes a look, takes a close look, and says, well, just by looking at it, I can't say, but I do possess magic that should be able to see if there is any demonic or unholy curses involved with this, at least. If you return to
That'd
me
be great.
tomorrow, I could do this as a favor.
Right. Yeah.
Well,
that
Well,
would
that's
be
mighty
very
kind of
appreciated.
you. We appreciate.
I could also tend to your infection as well, little gnome. You would so like for me to do?
Yeah, he would be thankful
Fine.
about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
If we don't have
Telling
that
you,
fixed by
I mean-
tomorrow.
Good night's sleep. That's all I need.
Yeah.
It'd be very gracious of you, Father.
You don't feel any better tomorrow, then it is something I can do for you. This all seems quite unbelievable, if I do say it very.
No, I agree. It does sound like one of my father's wacky fucking tales.
Yes, indeed. I am afraid this news at least hasn't reached me before. This is all news to me, and well, I've had my hands
Scout
full.
Patrol included.
I've had my hands full with refugees of the war for the last. Oh, how long has it been? Months? Has it been even a year? There's no end. There's work to be done, people to help, people to coordinate around. I'm sorry, but unfortunately, I can't.
Yeah,
leave the
no,
capital
don't
at
worry.
least.
We'll find some way to fix it. This identifying the curse is enough help for us at least.
Very well.
Yeah.
Return to me tomorrow, then. I will have my spells prepared and my magic granted to me once more.
Yeah. We have a lot of shit to do. So we'll see you tomorrow, Father.
Very well. Take care now.
Right. Wow, look at the time. Government office time.
You know, it's long days when we goddamn remember,
Wow.
forget about curses and things like that. So I'm glad that Gnome remembers.
It's a long fucking day, alright?
If it's between 11 and 1, don't even bother. And if it's after 2, don't even bother.
Like the attitude.
Yeah.
I think Shala's thinking, but maybe she mutters out loud, "Are we gonna come out free at the end of this?"
You know what? I have no idea. But
Absolutely not. Oh, look! The government building. Fantastic.
Well, the government building is always visible because, as I said, the ziggurat of Astaire is located kind of. Well, a ziggurat by itself, you can see what a ziggurat is.
Pretty fucking big.
Yeah,
Here's a
they're
ziggurat.
fucking big.
This is outside the city. This one is located on like a giant platform as well, so it's like really big and really high. So you can see it everywhere. And there's a few people here who have played in a previous campaign of mine who know that getting inside this ziggurat, you gotta walk
Nice
up
eye.
a lot of stairs, and it takes a long time to get up.
Yeah.
First you gotta walk up to the platform, and then you gotta walk up the side of the ziggurat to get up to the higher floors.
Yeah,
You
I
have to
look
get
at Dale.
to their
and his legs.
stairs.
Yeah.
you know, these stairs should be punishment enough for any crimes. Nobody
Yeah, I
make us
mean, to
do.
be honest, like, this is like, there's some racial bias here towards gnomes, I'm gonna be honest. This is not made for them.
No, what
But
the
to
real
do
real
that,
for
you
me
come
as
out
well.
with some killer quads.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Pretty sure this is where I got, like, most training in my entire life, walking up and down these stairs, so, heave ho!
Let's hope
And
it's the
then-
last time.
Good one. And then we walk.
All right. You walk, and you hike up the stairs for quite a while. A path probably familiar to you because, as I said, you've been up here quite a few times already. And eventually, once you are high enough and you recognize the door, you can step inside the ziggurat, leave the sunlight, and enter kind of the corridors inside the ziggurat itself. Lit only by torches, but lit pretty well, clearly. There's light everywhere you go. And this is basically where all of the more official things of the city and the entire country are handled. Surprise, surprise, this is also where the Chief Justice has her office. So you guys can go in the hallways, zigging, zagging, passing by some clerics, some other random people that work over here. And eventually you reach the door of Chief Justice Delandra. You can enter through, and seated at a desk in this room is an old woman with dark features, long dark hair, pretty old, pretty wrinkly, clearly in her 60s, but you've engaged with this person quite a bit. She's always seemed fair and understanding, but she isn't the type of person to, take any bullshit from criminals, if you know what I mean. She's always been very strict with you. And she looks up from her desk as you enter and says, the four of you returned once again. How goes the investigation of the tomb? I presume it hasn't been solved yet, has it?
Guys, the fucking group look around like, not exactly. I take out the gold coin out of my pouch. We were there. But we ran into some other issues.
Pablo ain't coming
Putting it
back.
mildly.
Yeah, Pablo have any family?
Pablo?
Yeah.
I believe he did. Why?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go buy them some flowers because Pablo's not coming back. And then I give her like a very very
we give
like
her
straight
all the
face.
beans.
Yeah, straight face
Yeah,
report.
you've already explained it
Yeah.
once just a few minutes ago. You don't
Like 4 times, I think, over the total of this
Yeah,
campaign
you
so far.
don't.
And
Yeah, you don't have to
yeah.
explain it once again.
Yeah.
You can explain the whole thing to her. Is there any parts you want to leave out, or leave ambiguous, or lie about?
No, not really. I don't think so.
I think at the end of all of it, Shala's just sitting there praying with her hands together. Astaire, please have mercy upon us.
Yeah, I used to have
Please.
the whelp look like.
In the end, Kalashar is probably like, but we did technically finish our task, yeah?
Yeah,
We know who's behind it. At least it's the demon Frank, who's probably murdered the previous archaeologist.
Yeah, as she's listening to this tale, you can see that she's kind of lost in thought, kind of looking around and thinking. And once you're done telling this, she looks up and speaks to you in her old, raspy smoker's voice. This was an incident that we'd gotten a few reports about, but I'm glad to hear a full account of the events now. You? Surely everything you're telling me is the truth, correct?
I mean, and then I pulled my arm down and I showed it to her. We got some. If not the gold coin isn't enough, this probably is.
And Pablo is dead, burned alive, correct?
Yeah, not great. Maybe leave out that report. Maybe like died heroically defending the people or something like that.
Died trying to stop the beam.
Yeah.
Normally this would be an issue because there's no one to testify on your behalf. what has happened, but considering the events or the reports of events that we have received, it does seem to line up. And this Frank speak about, it is in our suspicion that this demon has been causing many of the issues around the country recently. This is not the first place, or this is not the first story of this nature that I am hearing. Sounds all too familiar, but unfortunately, we have not been able to catch him yet. And it sounds like whatever he was doing with you seemed to be his ultimate goal. Looks you straight in the eyes, and it seems like he has achieved that goal.
Part way.
Partly.
There
Doesn't
still
an all
is-
weapon?
There still is the weapon, yes.
I do not hold this against you. No one else has been able to stop, or even, well, to be fair, do much of anything against this unholy demon.
Is there... I know resources are stretched thin. Maybe there is some type of aid that we could requisition from you for our village. Perhaps not. I'm not sure. Maybe I speak out of turn, but maybe at least there's a lead you may have about this demon. Some type of thread that we could follow and start to unravel the cause of all of this. Perhaps meet the Anzu and take up a great quest. I could be completely off on this, but maybe these tattoos and being a part of this event means that we're meant to pursue this.
Well, that remains to be seen. Believe you are somehow connected to these events, then by all means, take up arms as volunteers against the malicious efforts of these demons. But we have our hands full with refugees, with the war, and now with not one, but two, if not three, two more demons out there.
Probably two.
At least, yeah. But wait, you said volunteers. That means we are free? Our task is complete?
Well, yes, I was about to get to that. Everything seems to be in line. The agreement was that you find out who was beyond these murders, and, well, you have not brought this who to justice, but seems clear as day that demon, Frank, we know him, was behind the robbery of this gold in the first place. Which means
Very well.
that, yes, your tasks have been completed. You are no longer enforced into service as it has been previously.
Perfect. Thank you for your service. I think we should be heading back. We have things to do. Right, guys?
Yeah, if you find out anything else about Asog, Ansu, or Frank, do let us know, I guess.
Well,
Would be nice.
you won't be the first one to know, but
No, but, you know.
if it is true that you are somehow tied to these events in more ways than what has already occurred, then please do provide that information to us as well. And perhaps we will be seeking you out in the future as well.
Yeah.
Understood.
By the way, real quick question. Final sign-off bonus. Could you He's really not going to the doctors. Can you just do you have any cleric that can cure his disease? We
Told
got
you I'll
bitten
be
by some
fine.
dogs on the way here, alright? And he keeps saying he'll be fine, but he keeps like darkening in color.
She leans over and looks at him and says, "He seems fine."
Right.
She she knows what she's talking about.
Yeah. Alright. In that case, I'll bow
Regardless,
down
such matters is not my specialty or the reason why I'm speaking to you. If
Yeah.
surely we'll find those services somewhere else.
Surely, yeah. In that case, very yeah, thank you. Yeah, alright, bye. He
Alright.
said thank you, and then he was like, "What am I thanking her for? I was literally fucking enslaved here for like 5 years."
Yeah, it was a pleasant service. Yes, we'll be on our way.
Alright. You guys can leave.
And after we leave the door, I turn to Shala and say, like, volunteering for hunting demons after we are freed. Maybe give us a break. Maybe let us handle our village before going out on a wild goose chase. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna, kind of take a vacation after this whole thing, but it kind of seems off the table now that my home is in Waterworld, so to say.
What greater call to action could you receive than having your whole home and everything you've known taken from you?
No, I mean your family's still alive, so not everything technically
We
speaking.
can rebuild. I think we have more pressing matters than hunting a demon. It has more
don't
parts to find
know.
anyways.
I don't know how to rebuild things. I do know how to cast my spells and investigate some things, at least with the help of all of you. I think maybe once we have matters
Yeah, I have an
somewhat
idea.
solved for the long term, we should try to follow some type of lead for this.
Yeah, I have an
I'm-
idea of
I'm
what
not
kind
really
of lead we
where-
can follow, but maybe let's get our, home somewhat situated before we go off on a holy quest to defeat the Asog, which took the first king his entire life force, a holy bird, and a weapon of legendary properties to defeat.
Honestly, I was more so hoping that she would have some type of information on where to go and follow this creature, or maybe there's
So
some.
I think
the
that
government,
falls
they
under
have
the
no
part.
idea what the fuck's going on.
I think that
They
falls
sent
under
poor
the part of
criminals to find out.
Well,
volunteer and do the hard work for us free.
she did say that these demons were known to be part of some type of wrongdoing that's gone on in the land, but
Well, yeah, that's what
the
we were
details of
investigating.
that I'm not aware. Maybe she's not aware either, but perhaps those details lie in a different town.
Perhaps. And no offense, but I'm done doing tasks for some clerics for a while now. I promise you I'll try to find some information about this. I have my ways, but any volunteering or tasks for the clerics of this land is off the table for now. Thank you very much.
You see, Shala looks kind of crestfallen, being a cleric.
Yeah, I'll pat Shala on the back. Say, don't worry.
As
As long as you don't join the government, you're probably fine.
If I got a message from Nadinas tonight, you just wouldn't follow it. Is how she's
No offense, of course.
Yeah, no, you really said that in the most non-offensive manner possible, Gershon.
No,
Good on you.
Nothing personal. It's only my patron deity.
See?
I only follow the
Everything's
gods.
fine.
I'm only a cleric.
Alright. Assuming you guys are walking while talking, you exit the ziggurat.
Before we go, I will get details on where Pablo's family lives and who his family was, yada yada. I assume there's some other lower down person that just got records and shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can spend a moment longer in the ziggurat, talk to the correct people. Pablo's death was probably not, completely known about until now. He's probably been
Yeah.
just missing.
Yeah.
So you can report his death.
Yeah.
And they will probably tell you that Pablo lived, surprise, surprise, in the Commoner area. And they will tell you roughly where. No address or anything, just like
Alright.
a general area.
Yeah, they can't be that
Why-
many motherfuckers named Pablo. Or is Pablo the Muhammad of Karis, where every motherfucker's named Pablo?
No, Pablo is a rare name.
Alright, good. I'll make it easy. Fine. Alright. Yep.
Yep.
That is that.
Before we start heading out to the cigarette, I look down the stairs and try to remember where the hell are the conclave wizards in this town, in the city.
Enclave wizards. Well, there's a few of them,
I look for towers in the distance.
but you would know that. Well, first off, the conclave ranks. You know what they are, but does everyone else know what they are?
Surely. I remember.
What rank are you, Galashar?
Grand Wizard.
I think I'm a magus, right?
Yes.
I'm Mogus.
Yes. Alright, okay, yeah, go on.
yeah.
There's been too many mentions of tasks, alright?
Yeah. Yes, you are a Magus, which is the lowest rank of conclave wizards. And then when you go higher up than that,
Magister.
there are more ranks. There are not that many ranks. There's only like really 3. There's trainees, which are below level 1 wizards. Anyone who is a law-abiding wizard of level 1 is at least a magus. Then, wizards that have accomplished something in the world are a bit more significant, often hold like some sort of position in the world, are known as magistrates or magisters. And then
Magic.
if it is a wizard of high significance, high power, holding a very important and high position in like wherever, be it government, the conclave itself, those are known as archmages. And the archmage is the highest rank of conclave wizard, and they are pretty rare. Most wizards are maguses, some are magisters, and very few are archmages. And here in the capital, you would know the archmages. They're like, everyone knows about them in the conclave. They're like, name all the archmages in the world is like question 7 on the final test of year 9. So you would know that there are 2 archmages in the capital. There is Archmage Zamaranum, who is someone more affiliated with the conclave, less affiliated with the government, and then there is Archmage Rosantha, who is more affiliated with the government, less affiliated with the conclave. Archmage Rosantha is also the king's, one of her, his, advisors.
Court wizard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Court wizard / advisor / personal, wizard.
Yeah. Now, the big question is, what is the leader of the conclave called?
You mean by rank?
No. Yes, by rank.
I believe that is the. Wait.
Big hat.
What's the new name?
Is it the High Archmage or something like that?
White
the
robes.
the old name was
Nah, we don't take that up in the history class, alright? Thank you,
It is the Grand Mage, of course.
Grand
The
Mage. not
mage.
Yes.
Yes. The meme here, Quantum, is that the Sev accidentally made the KKK
Yes,
his
no,
wizard.
not-
Yeah.
Not accidentally. On
All right.
purpose. But I did realize it
Surely.
was such
It
a big
means
deal.
too hard.
It was only a big deal to the Americans. It was okay. No one else cared. No one else gave a fuck.
Yeah. I
Was it
understand.
the Americans? Was it George that was picking on it? Really? I don't know.
George was really picking on it a fucking lot, yeah, but he's American in spirit, let's be honest there.
No, he's just the instigator by spirit.
That's true.
I mean, to be fair, the KKK isn't really much of a thing outside of the U.S.
Yeah.
They literally do not exist outside of the US
Yeah.
pretty much, yeah.
At the benefit of literally everyone else in the world,
hmm
we somehow managed to keep our shit contained.
Yeah, no, we have our own, racist cults.
Yep.
Anyways.
Yeah, I think where in the city is Zamuranum staying?
Well, he is located.
And
His quarters are located in the same ziggurat as well. He resides here.
Perfect. I take the first step down the stairs and I say to, oh, I need to do something up here. I'll catch you guys up later, I think.
All right. Yep.
somebody doesn't want to go downstairs.
Well, I mean, he's gonna have to go down eventually. I'm gonna go. I'll be back. You guys can talk about it if you want to, but I'm gonna go do something. And I begin walking down the stairs.
And the party splits into three. There you go.
Yes.
What are you
Hypothetically.
going to do? Hold on.
Yeah. When did you find that?
Okay.
Fucking murdered someone. All right. I'm finally free to commit crime.
He's a
Oh,
madman.
shit.
I'm following him. I want to
Yeah,
watch.
A criminal that's been in jail for 9 years gets out. And time to commit some more crime and go back to jail.
They call me Gazan Dahmer.
Yeah. All right.
You
So
me, but some criminals literally did it. Anyways.
Galashar splits from the group. Gazan splits from the group, leaving Shala and Dale amongst yourselves.
Well, looks like it's just the two of us left. They're off doing their own things. You got anything you're trying to do?
So, trying to remember the out of character. I forget where the places of worship are. So the going up higher into the ziggurat, that's just like people's offices and just like special areas, right?
Yep.
That's not
on
the major temple area.
On the top floor of the ziggurat is located the I think it was the White Temple, which is basically the main kind of temple of the city. It's located like at the very top. It's like a massive temple for all the gods. The primary place of worship, I believe, in the city. Let me just check my notes because surprisingly, I don't remember everything about my own lore by heart.
It's the second holiest place that I know of as an Adina's cleric. And probably the second holiest that I've been to. Because Shala's definitely been to Circle of Elements by now.
Yes.
100%.
On the very top of the ziggurat is the White Temple made entirely out of marble, which is the primary place of worship.
I'll ask Dale, have you ever been up to the White Marble Temple? The top?
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
He's done that.
Inopportune freezing out. Here we go. Snipping.
Oh.
See, the great. Oh, hello.
Is he back?
His
back
return.
just
You
in
all
time.
froze for me.
Oh.
Sorry.
Ah, yes. It was
I
our fault.
wasn't. I guess I wasn't bottling my internet fast
It's not
enough.
me, it's you.
Yeah,
It's all four of you.
it's got a long way to go. It's a lot of pipe.
Mm.
But I'll be like, no, I haven't. When I was here, I never found time to go up there. It seemed too ostentatious for me. I mean, they put a large white marble temple on top of an already very tall pyramid ziggurat. Why?
It is rather extravagant. I prefer the likes of the Circle of Elements for worship, or simply just being out in the open air,
Hmm.
in the nature.
Well,
but
that's where you're going to go.
This is as good as a place as any.
That's
At
where you're trying to
least,
go. I can go with you. Why don't you tell me about the Circle of Elements on our way up there?
Yeah,
Sounds
sure.
like a peaceful place.
Circle of Elements lore dump. What does Shala know about the Circle of Elements that he can tell Dale?
I mean, you probably know everything about it. You're an Adina's cleric, after all. You've probably even been there yourself, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, probably more than once, but definitely at least
Yeah,
once.
and I think in you as a player, also you should know quite a bit about it, unless you've forgotten.
I guess like lore and details and stuff like that, like the deep knowledge. I don't know if we ever really got to know that from the first campaign. We're pretty intricately familiar with, what was inside and like what we dealt with and all that stuff. But
yeah, I mean, it's not that complicated. If you want to relay or tell this information to Dale, the Circle of Elements is basically a holy site of Nadinus. It is the number one Nadinus place in the entire land. It's located up here. Basically, a oasis in the middle of like a rocky desert plateau. It has like grass growing on it. It's extremely fertile. It's got like a small pond which holds like a little grassy island in the middle. And then there's like an altar for Nadinus located at the center. It's got all of these cool magical effects going on, kind of like dancing flames on the edges. It's got like floating land masses located on top of it that are just like hovering away. And in general, it's just like a place of a very high concentration of magic over there.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And it's the primary altar or place of worship for Nadinus. And legend says that clerics and paladins of Nadinus who are deemed worthy may enter the trial beneath the Circle of Elements as a test for Nadinus's favor.
Interesting.
As we do the merry-go-round of all of the temples in the entire land, you guys walk up the stairs all the way to the top. As Dale, you probably aren't pushed back, but you can feel like the wind. You're so high up, it's just like blowing against you. There's like nothing to really stop the wind. It's just like a flat roof of the ziggurat, and there's just like, you're very high up. If you look down, you're like, oh shit, like you're on top of the Empire State Building or something like that. Well, not quite that high up, but
tall enough to get that feeling.
Yeah, tall enough to get that feeling. And
literally the tallest building I've ever been on.
Yeah, probably.
But located here is just what you would imagine like a massive, like, not of today's age, but you know, like a Greek marble temple, but like in prime condition, like perfect condition, not like a single scratch or crack or anything located in it. And just imagine like a massive like marble, like ancient Greek temple, but then it's also got like these different sections of it for basically like all of the gods, all of the major gods, and like smaller shrines for all the minor gods as well. It's like a massive temple. It spans like the entire area of the roof. And it's very busy. A lot of people make the trek to walk up the stairs and come here and, you know, ask for blessings by the gods, talk to some clerics, yada yada. Do all of this religious day-to-day activities.
Well, it certainly is impressive. I'm glad I wasn't one of the people that built this.
Yeah, it's a rather extravagant place, but Shala will look, seeking out the Nadinus shrine or area of worship.
Mm-hmm.
She'll point over in that direction, and start walking over.
Yeah, you can go over. Nadinus is one of the major gods, so he does have quite a large segment of the temple dedicated to her. There's obviously flowers here, a lot of flowers. The altar itself has a lot of flowers, located, just kind of littered with them, and also growing next to it. Most people probably come here, ask for, well, in the desert not so much asking for their crops to grow, but perhaps just hoping for good weather on their journey somewhere, stuff like that. Maybe that's probably one of the prime reasons people come here. Maybe they come here because they can't bother going to the Circle of Elements, which is a much
Bit of a trek.
longer trek to go. Yeah.
Pilgrimages are done for these things. People will travel in groups. You get small doses of the Circle of Elements.
Yeah.
It's a special occasion for us Nadinus folk. That's for sure. We're fortunate to be present in this part of the world, so close, where we can journey so regularly.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Did you have anything special you want to do here?
So with each of the gods here, is it like a giant statue and an altar, things like this? Or
There
is
isn't
it
really
rather
any
modest, or-
there isn't really any personifications of these statues, so not depictions of the gods or anything like that. Mainly it's just their symbols, and then maybe some related imagery or items, stuff like that. So
Gotcha. Okay.
Nadinus
So a lot of
probably-
plant life and
yeah. It's
maybe
sacrilegious
the
to try
animal
to-
hides and trophies and kind of things that have been left from, or skulls and bones from things that have passed on along the road, remnants of nature.
Yeah, it is sacrilegious to draw a face and say, this is a god. People will tell you that no.
No, that's not right.
The gods decide their forms, and the gods would never be that ugly. Is anytime anyone tries to draw up a god. Yeah.
I think it's it doesn't ring out for anybody else, but I think being in a sacred place in the area of your patron god, as a cleric or a paladin, something like this is just this is your happy place. You feel most connected and kind of it's your home away from home being in a place like this. So I think without many words, I think Shala's just communing quietly and just kind of touching all of the bones and all of the natural things and inspecting all of the growths, wafting the scent of the flowers and the plants and rustling them around, getting all of the scents and feels of everything, and just really submerging herself in it. You can see it seems like she's forgotten that she's surrounded by a marble temple, and she just looks like she's out in nature, admiring and exploring all of the tributes and offerings and little growths that people have left behind here.
Yeah, it's probably, especially being a nature cleric in the desert where there is very little plant life. Probably any time you meet any kind of living matter even.
It's probably a lot of unique stuff here that we just don't even really see in the desert. That's just like growing
Yep.
near this altar. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, whoa, it's like a whole new natural experience. Oh, there's like skulls and bones of a creature, like a hide or a pelt or scales of something that I've never seen before. Like, whoa.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think I kneel down just to. It's probably a little bit more of a lengthy prayer. Maybe Dale might wander off and do some investigating of his own.
Yeah, I'll
Otherwise,
wander
he
off
might-
and just like look at everything.
But I think the gist of the prayer that I'm going for is just thanking Nadinus for having the graciousness to seemingly spare with this natural tragedy, somehow has spared the lives of so many of the people that we care for, and I pray for pray to Nadinus for Gelashar's sister, that hopefully she wasn't swept away in the natural tragedy that occurred.
Mm-hmm.
And I pray to Nadinus for the wisdom to see what I need to see, to give others the sight that they need to pursue this demonic threat and the fate that lies before us. And I think once all of that praying is done, I'll give all the offerings one last pat and appreciation before going and trying to find Dale, whatever he's doing.
All right. If Dale leaves Shala to do her own thing,
Yeah.
look around in
I
the
mean,
temple.
just a little. Yeah, just look around a bit. Probably eventually end up just like looking at all the Jaxal stuff, like all the different drinks they have there. It's like, oh. It's like, you know what? Yeah, these guys know how to drink. No, that one. It seems like they could have done that, brewed that one a little bit better. That one smells good.
Mm-hmm.
Just like probably strike up a conversation about different drinks with one of the. I assume the Jaxal clerics like actually do make alcohol.
Perhaps there aren't
Probably.
any.
Wine, certainly.
There aren't any Jaxal clerics that you notice around, but
Okay.
when you do go up to the Jaxal shrine, I don't know why I'm getting my words mixed up. A priest
Talking card.
a priest does come up to you and sees you looking at the shrine and says, "Hello, my dear gnome. Are you interested in praying to Jaxal?"
I mean, I'm just kind of looking around. My friend's more the praying type. I'm sort of the gods help those who help themselves
Oh,
sort
I
of
see.
person.
Well,
You know,
the gods will help anyone who prays.
I don't know what to pray about. I don't do that. It's foreign concept to me, if you understand.
Well, it's never too late to get started. And another thing you can do, if you donate to the church, blessings will be upon you.
Interesting concept.
If you're looking for blessings from Jaxal, in particular, leave some coins in the coffer, and you will find the next time you taste some alcohol, you will get a new experience out of it. Perhaps it will taste better. Perhaps your high will be much greater than before.
Interesting. That I got with moonshine is like, I wonder what that would do.
Your camera's... Oh, there we go.
No, I'll just like kind of sit there in a contemplating manner. I don't commit to anything because like a little bit of it seems like, this sounds like taxes, except I'm okay with it. At least they asked first.
Mm-hmm. And it
But
could
then
all be a
again,
scam
if it
as
makes-
well.
It could all be a scam, but if it makes my alcohol taste, And then I just like,
Yeah, it's probably at this
Yeah.
point that Shala can find you. Your thoughts?
Perfectly captured. Oh, that picture. Oh shit.
just like worst case scenario. This guy's like, oh, well, got another one, free money. Here we go, scam time, and just sitting there like he's thinking,
I think-
oh yeah, this guy might give me money, and I'm just sitting there like, are tithes tax? Does it make it a tax freely given?
I think
A deep question. Truly.
Yes.
fortunately for Shala, despite Dale's smaller stature and maybe a little bit more difficulty picking him out in a crowd, the first she thinks, which god could Dale have stumbled upon? He would get caught up. Like, surely Jexel. I mean, if he's anything having to do with alcohol, he's easily roped in. But you know, she doesn't judge. You know, everybody finds their solace in, well, maybe not everybody, but a lot of people, they find solace in unlikely deities, and Jexel is it's just a different flavor. You know.
Yep. There's a god for everyone.
Yeah, you know, everybody's got their flavor. So I
Everyone
find
does
Dale
have
and I'll
flavor.
say, "Oh, have you taken a liking to Jexel here?"
Is the priest gone, or are they still there?
Probably nearby. Probably
Nearby.
left you to your thoughts. Yeah.
The
I'll just look up at him and was like,
Lady of Luck and Wine. Surely,
Luck and Wine is pretty good. He was claiming if I just drop money in the bowl, it'll make my alcohol taste different. Maybe. It's an interesting concept to think about. How much of this tends to be us mortals trying to comprehend what the gods are all about. How much of that? Because this is starting to sound like taxes with extra steps that don't seem like
well,
taxes.
I mean, you need not give away your coin. I think your lifetime of service and bringing joy and experiences to people through your alcohol it's been a worship and a service to Jexel all along.
Telling me I've been working for him and I haven't even known it.
Well, each deity has an ethos or a motivation, and you just so happen to fall into those motivations, I think. So, I would assume maybe with a closer connection and a deeper appreciation for Jexel, maybe it is true that your alcohol would be stronger and flow more easily and reach more people.
Maybe.
So to speak. Maybe.
Wouldn't want it to flow too easily though. If you don't brew it long enough, it's make you go blind.
Well, maybe Jexel can eliminate that risk for you.
That's a pretty dangerous risk.
Well, the
I don't know
power
if
of
I'm-
the gods is mighty, Dale.
It is mighty, but I don't know if I'm ready to trust all my stuff to a god who might not just see a small little gnome like me, or Daryl, Cletus. We do tend to slip by notice sometimes. As big as our personalities might be.
Yeah, well, I think maybe I was the only one prior to all of this that's been touched by the gods, but Shala will roll up a sleeve underneath her armor and exposing the back of her hand, saying it seems regardless of if we were willing or not, we've all been touched by the gods now.
Or something.
Maybe it's all the more reason to just get that much closer. Maybe that's just how I see it. Maybe that's just me being a cleric, but I think
Maybe.
our answers lie. And she'll point towards the sky. Maybe after all, there is some peace to be had in the land. Maybe there's a greater plot here. I'm not sure. I hope that Nadinas can give us some answers, or somebody.
Yeah. Answers would be nice. They always seem to be hiding when you need them the most. Anyway, they took my weapon, so I was thinking of getting another one.
Are you thinking of this in
Yo.
hopes that they'll let you carry it around the city after you buy it here?
Well, why wouldn't they? I just bought it.
Well, you could try if you wanted. I think your longsword suits you quite well, though, Dale.
Well, what if I had an axe also? You know, just in case.
Like a battle axe, or
Yeah, just in case.
just in case?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go. I bet we could go buy some.
Well, you could. Thinking
The
about
desert's a
it,
dangerous place,
you
don't you?
could kind of just smash something rather than hacking into it and slashing it with a battle
I mean,
axe, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
It could
we'll
be a
have to see what they
versatile
have.
weapon for you, Dale.
Yes, it could be. You know, I've seen axes that are basically a giant hammer on one end, and on the other, a nice blade. See
Like
if
a
they-
splitting maul.
Yeah, something like that. We'll see if they have something like that.
All right.
That sounds good, Dale. Let's go to the marketplace. Let's see if they let you walk off with a weapon. God.
I know full well that I'm not going to be able to carry that shit around, but it's going to be fun.
It would kind of defeat the purpose of taking your weapons at the gates. We could just buy new ones inside.
It's the ultimate fucking money making technique, though. It's just everyone just
It's
buys
one
an
and
extra
one.
pair of weapons whenever they go into town.
Yeah. I mean,
I think Shala's just thinking, like, man, I wonder if they'll just let him carry it around as a joke, because there's no shot that somebody would let this little fucking gnome,
No.
like a two-handed
Carry
maul
around
or axe around.
Carry around a battle axe that's like actually a foot taller.
I assure you,
there's
this is
no
for
way this guy's
woodworking.
gonna. He's just gonna have to drag it. He couldn't even make
Oh.
use of it if he wanted to, right?
A wood axe.
Just let him carry
No, it's
it.
probably about as tall as.
yeah.
Because I'm assuming that it's about the length of like a wood axe, and all the wood axes I've used.
Are you talking about a battle axe?
3-ish feet. Yeah.
I think battle axes are longer than like a wood
So-
cutting axe. Because battle axes are like meant to be used with two hands, right?
So mechanically, the battle axe in here is versatile, so you could use it one or
Yeah,
two-handed.
one or two hands, yeah.
Yeah.
But it should be like a hand axe, or is it a hand axe? Yeah, like there is.
Honestly, I think it
there
might
is-
be just like
There is a one-handed axe weapon, and I personally assume that's like the size of a wood cutting axe.
That's
And-
like the small one, and then you
Yeah.
have like the real like
Yeah.
fireman's axe. That's probably battle axe sized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
So when I say wood cutting axe, I mean like
Yeah.
the
You mean like the
3 foot or
two-handed
meter long.
Canadian
Yeah,
one.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, meter long handle.
Yeah.
Whereas like a hatchet is probably what
Mhm.
Yeah.
like that smaller one that
Yeah.
you're thinking about.
All right. Well, no donations to the gods this time.
Not yet.
No knows.
Not yet. You guys
Not
can descend the stairs and probably move out of the Astaire district into the nearby Marketplace district, which is the Ayana district. But before we get to that, let's see what our other characters do. And before we see what our other characters do, let's take a quick break because I need to use the bathroom. It's like 5 minutes.
I never expected Inspiration to actually do anything, but I was just like, oh, you know, fuck it. I want to succeed at this one.
You know, the one time it
Really?
actually worked is gonna feel so nice.
And
True.
surely that event will occur.
All right, so let's do Galashar first. You're still in the ziggurat. You didn't leave at all, and you're headed to. Well,
Archmage Zamuranum.
yes,
Ram.
yes. That's probably the guy you would go to, or you would think that you could have like a one that you could talk to more easily.
Yeah.
And that is definitely the case because located in the ziggurat are the chambers of Archmage Zamuranum, written on a plaque on the door. It says, "Respected Archmage of the Conclave," right beneath it.
Are there any red dragon mittens hanging from the ceiling?
Well, you're not inside yet, you're only at the door.
Does he smell baking?
Alright, I approach the door and knock.
Actually, before we do that, what happens to those mittens?
We just gave them to him.
You
We
gave
just
them to
left them with him. Yeah.
Did-
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, because
Oh.
didn't we hand
Yeah.
off the? No, we didn't hand off the orb to him, did we?
No,
No.
but we didn't need them for the orb. That's what we like pretty much
Didn't we
determined,
take
right?
them? Didn't we use them?
I think we took
Oh
them,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh
I
yeah.
thought
No,
that
we.
used them.
Oh yeah. No, yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't. We made them here. We didn't take them.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, yeah,
Like Scar carried the orb because he's like
Yeah, I
fighter
think-
invulnerable or whatever.
Yeah. We. Yeah. Never mind.
Psycho
Yeah, they're not here.
Slayer.
We only sold him like the corpse of the red dragon, yeah.
Maybe he made his own mittens. Yeah. Anyways.
All right.
Alright,
Well, you're at the
I'll
door.
approach the door and knock. Yes, I knock.
You knock. And there's a man that calls you in. Come in.
I'll try to push or pull the door open. First push.
Oh, you try to push, but you can't push, and then you awkwardly pull.
Yes.
Oh
Like-
no.
You push first. The door opens by you pushing it. Very well. Very good. You have passed the first test.
See, because wizards are too weak to like open doors, that's why they always have push doors.
Yeah, they
They
need to
just
use
lean
their body
towards
weight
it.
because they don't. Yeah, they don't
Yeah.
have any muscle to actually pull it.
Wouldn't that just mean it's a push door both ways?
Maybe.
Oh, yeah,
So it doesn't actually matter.
True.
True.
perfect.
You open the door and you see
Just a sliding door.
a b- yeah, you open the door and inside you see a big room. This is much bigger than even the Chief Justice's office before. This is clearly the room of an Archmage. There is thousands and thousands of gold worth of stuff here, mainly probably in books, spell components, gems, gold, very fine furniture, sofas, chairs, tables, everything of the sorts. At the very back of the room, like pretty far away, you see the Archmage, who has risen up from his study to see who has come to him. He walks over to you, and while he's walking, he recognizes you as a wizard. Says, "Ah, Vegas. Who are you?"
Greetings,
What do you come to me with?
Archmage. My name is Gelashar. I have some urgent information that the Conclave should know.
And approaching you is clearly Archmage Zamuranum. He, I believe, yeah, he seems to be a local human. Dark skin, dark features, pitch black, long braided hair, very handsome, pretty short, pretty well in shape. Isn't like your typical scrawny wizard. He's got like a bit of muscle on him. You can see beneath his robes as well.
I look and approve of his build. build.
conclave business.
Yes. Have you heard about what happened to the east yesterday?
I have, and I have been looking into it. What about it?
So we might have caused that.
We, as in you.
Me and a couple of companions got, well, I think charmed by a demon, and well, long story short, I think the Azog and the Anzu have been freed, and this crater is the result of that.
Okay. Why would you free these creatures?
Well, there was a demon who used us to free them and then flew away.
Hmm.
And
So
I
you were,
think,
in fact, quote unquote, played by this demon then.
well, it seemed to have some powerful charms that I didn't even recognize until after the fact.
Take.
Well, if I was in my right mind, I would have probably understood that he was after Sharur or a part of it, but I only remembered afterwards when it was too late.
Hmm.
But
Have
what
you
I
reported this to the correct people?
we informed Chief Justice Delondra about it, and I'm sure she's gonna forward it to somebody more important.
Yes, as long as that is taken care of. We wouldn't want the king to come interfere in our enclave affairs, would we?
Yeah, I think the leadership of this land is not the most friendly to us. So, anyways, I'm assumed this is gonna be a conclave matter, considering its powerful magical weapon and some great creatures as well. So,
Yes. For certain, I would imagine it to be so, but this is all very fresh. I cannot say for certain, at least, what will happen, but by the sounds of it, this will most likely be something that many people will take attention to.
oh, and I'll show the tattoo. And after we freed the Azog, we all have this imprinted on our skin. Would you have any idea what this is?
He takes a look at it, as have a lot of people before you as well. He asks, have you determined if it is magical in nature?
Yeah, I tried to detect magic. It's not magical.
Okay.
Not sure about curses. We are gonna figure that out tomorrow.
It is. There are some magical effects that lay dormant until a certain condition or trigger is met. This is often the case with divine curses or demonic curses. They do not protrude arcane magic. They are undetectable by lenses looking for arcane magic, but they are most certainly magical in nature when they are triggered from their dormant state.
That doesn't sound too good. Well, I'm sure if this is gonna come back to bite us in future, we will find out what it is.
This is a curse of some kind, and I would highly recommend searching for a cleric to determine what sort of curse it is.
We've already started doing that. The cleric we found is gonna be ready tomorrow to help us. So
Very good.
until then, we don't know. Now, see, I specialize in lost artifacts and items, and it's not gonna be most likely our business. Is way above us, but since we are slightly connected to this, since we unluckily got chosen as the people who freed the demon and the bird, would you be able to provide any more material about like the Sharur or these creatures or anything else that the Conclave has that could be useful for us, or update us with information that you may find that you deem we would be trusted with.
Hmm. Give me a moment. I must look through my belongings and libraries a bit. And he kind of
Sure thing.
beckons you to a sofa.
Yeah, I'll lay down on a comfortable sofa.
hmm You can look around, as I said. Basically, all of his walls are filled with bookcases. They go like on the perimeter of the entire room. He starts out from one side, closer to the door. He kind of just like ponders through whatever books he has, looks through some of the items he has on his shelves as well. And you can look around and you can see some interesting things here. For example, on his desk, he seems to have a very intricate looking, kind of like a golden lamp, especially, which kind of, you pick up on because it seems to be very valuable, very intricate looking, and
If I may ask, what is that lamp-looking thing on your table? Looks quite magnificent.
he turns around and looks at the table and says, "Oh, that is a very powerful artifact. I unfortunately had to confiscate from a group of um, how should I put it? Foolhardy adventurers. They
No fun allowed.
came into possession of that, which I deemed to be a djinn. And of course, such a creature stuck in a lamp like that, released, could cause widespread harm. I confiscated that lamp from them, and to this day I am still looking for its owner.
Hmm. Interesting. Vessels containing powerful creatures, those are quite dangerous indeed. Very well.
Turns around, continues looking.
This place compared to like wizard quarters or like offices in the conclave capital, how is this like fancier, or like how does it compare to like the places where I've been studying in? Like, is it much more grand, or
Roughly the same, but it's got like a very distinct and different style, if you know what I mean. It's obviously built
Yeah.
inside a ziggurat, so the walls are stone, and the decorations, the carpets, like everything has like a clearly different style to it. But
yeah, but it doesn't look like,
otherwise it is like, yeah, very fancy.
yeah, similar value, like not that I've seen in there as well, like nothing too insanely more
Oh, yeah.
fancy.
Yeah.
Okay.
He will eventually grab one of his tomes and bring it to you, and he'll say that fortunately, even I do not possess any knowledge about these ancient creatures, the Anzu or the Azog. But this demon you spoke of, it is something that has been on the minds of many here in Gavash for a while, because many recent incidents have pointed to the fact, or many recent unfortunate incidents have pointed towards the fact that there has been some foul play at hand. And all signs have been pointing to a troublemaker of sorts. And this recent event sounds to me like could be linked to what has been happening elsewhere in the country as well.
All right. If I didn't already, I describe how the demon looked when it flew away as well. And does this ask the Archmage? Does this remind you of anything? Would you know what kind of a demon it would be?
Flips through his book a bit, and he finds a page where he shows you a picture. Also show you. He turns around the page, or, he turns around the book and shows it to you. And he shows you this image. This what the creature looked like?
Assume it is. Yep, it is. Exactly like it. Well, it did look like a human before, but I assume that's just foul trickery.
Yes.
What is that?
This is very not good at all. This is a very powerful, very legendary demon. It goes by many names, and it most certainly, especially, specializes in mind-altering magic, trickery magic, illusions, mind controls, stuff of this sort. It is evil by nature, and it often makes others do its dirty work for him. In addition to these kinds of things, it is also very powerful, even without its illusion and mind-altering trickery magic. Tales have spoken of this demon for a long time. It has caused many unfortunate incidents, and especially now that I'm beginning to put the puzzle together, many of the unfortunate incidents here in Karis recently have probably been caused by this demon. And what did you say this demon was after?
From what I've read and what I understood, he stole a piece of Sharur, the legendary mace of the Warrior King. But he also did free the demon, so I'm not sure. I assume the mace has something to do with the Azog.
Yes, they are most certainly linked. The mace has been broken, shattered into dozens of pieces, then perhaps could he be rebuilding it?
That would make sense. Well, what's the name of the demon? Sounds like we are lucky to be alive after meeting such a powerful creature.
Yes. It goes by many names, but in legend it is known as the Fraz Urbulu.
That's been written down.
I'll write it down later. Here.
Yeah, sure thing. Well, I don't think I want to cross paths with that creature ever again, but I'm glad we got
looks at your
to bring
hand
the
and
information.
says that seeing what's happened, that might not be something you can stop.
Perhaps.
Be careful, Magus. This creature, it is conniving, cunning, highly intelligent. It is capable of manipulating even the most headstrong and wise and powerful noble people.
Yes, I could see that. I couldn't even figure out until after the fact that I was even being charmed. It felt so natural. It felt like I was in control the whole time.
Hmm. Very well. I will have to report my findings to my colleagues at the Conclave, but for the meantime, take care of yourself, Vegas.
Please, yes, thank you for the information and your time. If you can, please inform me about updates, if at all possible.
I will see if I have a sending to spare, but I will
Much
try to do
appreciated.
so.
Thank you. Well, we have a village to rebuild, so I must head back.
Very well.
Thank you for your time.
All right. You can leave Zamaranum's quarters and probably leave the ziggurat that as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I still need to do something, so I think we can look at some like Xander's situation now.
All right. Back to
Flower
Kazan.
shopping time.
Flower shopping time.
Flower shopping time.
All right.
I'm gonna buy white and yellow roses, and it might take a while because we're in a fucking desert. I don't know what the flower shop situation looks like around here.
So, even before Dale and Shala, you head to the Ayana district, which has the marketplace.
Yes.
The marketplace is also, they really like circles in this city. The marketplace is
Yeah.
also circular, and it's located like, there's stalls in like a circular formation and shops and all that
Is
kind of
this
stuff.
city like just like Minas Tirith rings of like different districts? I'm trying to get like a view of like what the city as a whole looks like.
I'll
I
give
don't
you
know
like
if
an
have one.
aerial view of
Yeah.
the city. Here's like the outer
Yeah, the city.
outer walls. Here's the
Yeah.
city. Here's like the Astaire district,
Hmm.
and connected to
That's
it.
where all the churches and shit are, right?
Yeah, and the ziggurat.
And the king's seat. Yeah.
Yeah. And next to it, slightly smaller, like this, is the Ayana district. There's probably like, oh, but yeah.
All right.
And everything else, like especially located on like the perimeter,
Yeah.
is the commoner district.
So basically, the city looks like an extremely cursed Venn diagram. Right.
Well, yes, perhaps.
It's a diagram of a cell.
Yeah.
I love
Where's
rings.
the
I love
powerhouse
rings. I love
here? Where's
rings.
the mitochondria?
Yeah.
Oh no.
And
Somewhere.
the Ayana district, holds more middle-class houses and rich houses as well.
Mhm.
But located in the middle is like a massive well that has like a single kind of like bridge going across it, and there's like ropes and buckets going down into the well, and people come here for water often. Then located around the well are all the shops, all the stalls, and everything like that. And sure enough, there is a flower shop located here. It's called Fiona's Flowers. Fiona's exotic flowers, because most of the flowers she's selling are not local. Surprise, surprise. They're imported from somewhere. And they're pretty expensive.
All right. Fantastic. I have been here before, but I've been too poor to buy anything.
Are you
So
rich
I
now?
will. I am now fucking rich as shit. Surely.
All right.
Because I've been here before. What are the prices like? Just like it's checking. Like it's not like 10 golds a bouquet, is it?
No, it's more like you can get like half a dozen, like a handful of like
All right.
roses for like 1 gold.
Oh, there we go. We're fine. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I'll go up. Say hello. 6 roses, 6 white, 6 yellow.
Hello, young man. Very quickly, having done this hundreds of times before, she gathers them,
Yep.
puts like a small strip of cloth around them to keep them together,
Right.
and she'll count them and say, "That'll be 1 gold, please."
All right. I will give her 1 gold. And I will also bring out the ancient gold coin from the tomb and say, have you seen one of these coins around?
He takes
Yeah.
a look at it and says, I believe someone's paid with one of these, even earlier today.
Oh, do you
I
know
took
who?
it.
Yeah, I mean, it's cold is cold. I just seemed unusual.
I can't recall. I believe it was a young boy or something.
A child or young man?
Yeah, young child.
How long ago?
Just this morning.
Oh. I will continue asking your questions like general description, what did he buy?
Yeah, she'll tell you that it was a young boy, probably around 10 years old or something. I bought a single rose from her.
Alright.
I paid with one of these. She originally said that, no, it's not 1 gold, but apparently the boy gave him this 1 gold coin and left with the single
A
rose.
single red rose.
Mm-hmm.
Strange. Alright, well, thank you for the flowers. Gonna get a hotness check on Fiona. Anything is a potential bachelorette, alright?
I love hotness rolls. They're my favorite. Ugh.
Well,
She,
you know, at least the flowers are pretty.
yeah. Maybe
Could be worse, you
maybe
know?
that's why she's selling them.
Yeah.
Alright.
You know, it is what it is. Yeah, I thank you for the flowers, and then I try to fucking echolocate Pablo's house in the poor district by just asking for Pablo.
Sure. I mean, you were probably given like a general location,
Yeah.
so you should be able to roughly find out where it is. And, you know, you find out not the nicest, but not the shittiest, you know, single family house.
All
located
right, I
somewhere along the
will
wall.
use my superior clothing skills to MacGyver like a holder for the flowers, so they're like in a small bouquet thing, or like a little bow for them. I think that was called like a bow.
Are you using like your clothes?
No, I mean I have clothing materials.
Oh, okay.
I stay strapped. This have
Okay. Well, in that
always
case,
ready to fix clothing.
All right. Can you tie a ribbon?
Yes,
All right. I assume so.
yes, I have advanced rope usage.
Very good.
Advanced.
They can't catch me lacking.
All right. Well, you got a nice set of flowers at least. What are
All
you doing
right,
with the
very
flowers?
good. Yeah, I will make 2 of these bouquets, and then I will find Pablo's wife's or sister. I will ask, like, oh yeah, does he live with his sister, his wife, his mom? What's the living situation for Pablo?
Well, you don't even need to find out because as you approach the house, you hear who's a part of the family from inside because they're all yelling. Clearly,
Oh.
there's fighting going on inside. You
Oh,
hear an
fucking
older
great.
woman and then a younger woman screaming at each other, and then there's a baby also crying.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Oh. Yeah, I
La Familia.
go up. Like, yeah, listen. Like, what are they shouting about? Like, I just try eavesdropping at the door before knocking. I don't even know if they have a door. If it's like an open hallway.
Sure, give me a perception check.
Yeah. See, this is the prime
He doesn't
example
even
of the
need to wait.
inspiration.
Can hear it a street away.
Yeah.
All right. They are arguing about if they should leave it to the town guard or if they need to go find some guy called Pablo themselves.
Listen. All right.
The old woman seems to think that it should be left to the town guard. They said they'd deal with it, yada yada yada, just give them time. But the younger woman seems to want to, you know, do something herself.
All right. Yeah. In that case, I will knock on the door and say, anyone home?
The sounds of bickering and fighting approaches the door, gets louder and louder, and it continues as the door opens. as the two women are screaming at each other as they open the door.
I stand there awkwardly, like ripped out in fine clothing, but just stand there with like how I had to do it to impose with some flowers in my hand.
Yeah, they continue shouting at each other for a few moments. They kind of look at you, and then they stop. And they turn to you. Yeah.
You're I look at the one that looks younger. You're Pablo's wife.
I am.
You're Pablo's mother. I look at the older one.
I am.
Um,
Do you know where he is?
yes. My condolences. He has fallen in battle.
How? What happened?
Currently, state is investigating a very serious matter related to the crater that is formed out east. But he died bravely defending us, me and my friends, and yeah, I didn't know him much, but I felt like it was necessary for me to go here and tell you, and then I will give them the bouquet of white flowers. I'm sorry.
The young woman takes the flowers and just looks at them. Seems pretty distraught. Turns to the older woman and starts yelling at her. You never should have let him take that job. I told you those tombs are dangerous. There's ghosts and zombies and everything. You told him to go. I told him not to go. This is all your fault. She starts yelling at her.
I think we got to remember really quick. Maybe Gazan in character has lost sight of things, but hotness check for Pablo's mom and Pablo's wife.
True. Of course. How
For
could I
posterity,
forget? How could I
you know,
forget?
just making sure that we.
Anyone that has a potential bachelorette.
This is
Or
Pablo's
bachelor.
mom. This is Pablo's
Alright.
wife. Alright.
All right, he really aimed upwards, you know.
Whoa, what do you mean? You don't know how hot Pablo was.
You're right.
Yeah,
we didn't
no,
ask.
I'm just saying, like you normally you look for someone that looks like your mom, you know. That's like kind of you're gravitating towards, but he went beyond.
Sure, I suppose.
Yeah. All right.
And just to be clear,
Um,
this is on a scale of 1 to 10, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I will awkwardly distance myself from this and just say yeah, I'm just not gonna say anything as they're currently backing towards her, and I'll just stealthily make my exit.
Yeah, it's probably the right move. You can lead them to, you know...
I trip,
I don't
however, and as I'm walking up, I fall over something in the yard, and then I nonchalantly
They
get
give
up
you one
again and
final
continue walking.
They give you one final look like, what are you still doing here?
Yeah, I
Stepped on a
What are you
light
still
bulb.
doing here this evening?
I'm leaving. I'm not. Yeah, and then I leave again. It's like, oh fuck.
Alright, you can hear the door
Oh.
closing behind you.
Oh, great. All right, and then I go towards the fucking wizard district or temple district. And Earthshake occurs as God coughs in my ear. And so, still feel the vibration.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry about that.
All right. Yes, and then I make my way and oh look, it's Shala and the gnome. Found him in the market. Great.
You found us in this wonderful place, a blissful place that is
Blissful
always
place.
cause for visiting. Every time you're in the area of the market here in Gamash, there is
It's a
Melanie's Melons, or
True.
melon stand, that we
True.
need to visit to get some really juicy, gigantic melons to snack
Yeah.
on.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's a lot of cool shops here in the Ayana district. One of them is Melanie's Melons. And Melanie, she has the biggest melons you've ever seen.
They're delicious
Melons are 10 out of
to
10.
die for. I see Melanie. I approach with
Mhm.
Dale. There needs
See
to
our
be no
melons.
discussion. I have a gold coin in my palm, and an exchange of golden melons takes place. Shala nods.
You can probably get
She will give a melon to Dale.
like 10 melons for 1 gold.
Perfect.
Interesting. I've never had a melon before.
Here, Dale, carry the rest of these. There's 8 melons on the table.
Just fucking find them with Melly's melons, just fucking shower down melons because they can't carry that many. And Shala's just in
What do I
over
do with
her
all
head
these
in the middle of
melons?
the
Kazan's approaching. Oh, Kazan, perfect timing. There's melons. And she'll
Ah,
gesture
great.
over. Take as many as you can carry.
I start eating melons next to Melony's melons. I eat Melony's melons.
All right.
How goes
So-
the melon business, Melanie? Good as ever?
Business is going well. Yeah. Thank you for asking. Typically,
Nadinus'
people don't come over and
blessings
buy-
upon...
Typically, people don't come over and buy 10 melons at once, so thank you for that.
Yeah,
And
quick
mouse
questions.
feet.
Anyone else bought 10 melons, specifically with this gold coin? And then I'll pull out the ancient gold coin.
She takes a look at it. I don't think so, no. I haven't seen that
Nope.
before.
Alright. Yeah, no, it's, yeah, looking for more of them.
Hmm.
I think they're neat.
I'll tell Melanie.
And then when you turn into a fucking Disney sketch where it's just like Goofy
Just
Donald Duck,
eating a melon.
and you just eating melons.
Mm-hmm.
Before we leave, I'll tell Melanie, though. Tell her, Nadinus' blessing upon you and the growers of these melons for this delicious feast.
I'm already
Thank
blessed
you.
by Nadinus. Look at her melons.
Yeah, look at all of them.
Well, thank you. I definitely would hope so. It would definitely make my business more lucrative.
I will think. I contemplate while devouring melon. How many people are that would be more relevant later on down the line. So how are our structures from Kuara constructed? Would that be like a stonemason that would work on that?
Yep.
Is that like so not really much carpentry, but more just like working with stone and sand
Yeah,
to kind of
it's-
like make bricks and
Yeah, it's like clay
Well,
bricks or a clay. There is some wood in the foundations as well, but it's mainly clay reinforced by wood that the buildings
Gotcha.
are made out of. So mainly like stonemasons.
And how many people? So the stonemasons that we have surely already have tools, but how many
Had
able-bodied?
tools.
Yeah, how many? Realistically, like how many able-bodied people do we have that would be able to like full-time work on building
I
stuff?
think most of the buildings in the village were built by Dale and his gnomes, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. We
And
did most of the construction.
Yeah, I assume that wasn't like a 1 week thing. I think you guys have been doing that for like years and years and years. Like
Yeah.
as the demand grew for housing, you guys built like more houses like during the years. So, I guess if, well, I mean, let's see. The population was about 200. Maybe like half of them are of an appropriate age where they can like work construction. So, like a hopeful estimation, probably a naive estimation is like maybe close to 100 people, but in reality, I mean, it depends on what people have to do. I mean, if everyone has the
Yeah.
time and they don't have to do anything else, then yeah, you could get a lot of people to do it. But in reality, people are going to have to do a lot of other jobs, like getting food, defending
the other people, you know, and not to even touch on the fact that most of them probably don't even know how to build houses, so they would have to be taught, which takes a long time. Probably only Dale and his gnomes who are like the professionals, quote unquote, in the village.
It was our
Yeah,
get
I'm
ripped
guessing,
quick scheme, and then it turned into a legit thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm guessing like out of the 100, including Dale's gnomes, there's maybe like 5 people that could make use of skilled tools in terms of these things. So like the gnomes, and then maybe like 1 or 2 people. like,
You
in
mean
the
people who
village that might be able
already
to
have
figure-
like the skills?
or like would be able to make use of them. Like it wouldn't be totally lost on them.
What do you mean?
Like they have enough experience just building and figuring things
Yeah,
out.
oh, yeah,
If,
so-
if I could like buy them tools if they don't.
Oh
already
yeah,
have
yeah.
it,
So
they
like,
could work with the
people-
gnomes and kind of like just figure it
Yeah,
out.
like people who have like the knowledge or skills to like essentially build houses is what you mean. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
or just like physically, like have the wherewithal to like pick it up out of necessity.
I mean, it's
Type of thing.
it's pretty hard to estimate, but I mean, probably a handful of people. Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. So I think I asked Dale as I'm polishing off the rest of the melon snack. I'll ask him. Do you think it would help significantly if we could bring back some more tools?
Some more
Rebuilding?
tools.
You think your gnomes could teach some of the villagers how to rebuild things? Maybe we can get things back.
We
to
probably
normal
could.
a
So-
bit faster.
Most of the tools we keep at our place, the yard's pretty useful for storing them. But if there was someone else doing it, definitely, we never had to build this many houses this quick. So maybe hiring someone who also does the trade, even though we're kind of the experts on it, working with all that clay. Maybe someone else could also do that, but it wouldn't hurt. It's a lot of work for 3 gnomes.
Yeah, that's
Probably find
true.
some masons around here. That would,
I don't know if
be
we'd
helpful.
able to hire somebody, but maybe it's possible.
Honestly, the
Some
biggest
of our
thing-
people would be able to figure it out with the right tools.
honestly, the biggest thing is the manual labor moving all the stuff. Fortunately,
Everybody
that
else
doesn't
should be
require a
doing
lot
that.
of skill. That just, requires a lot of elbow grease.
Trying to think of what other help we might be able to get. It's so hard to say. Racking my brain, do I remember seeing a lot of wildlife down under the water after the flood? I mean, obviously there was the toad,
No,
but there
I
wasn't just
mean-
like fish swimming around in there.
No, yeah, not really any at all, except some animals that might have survived the cataclysm that kind of fell into the water, but they probably aren't meant to be in water, so they probably died. There's no like, there hasn't been time for like any kind of ecosystem to form.
Yeah,
Even
it
if
wasn't like replaced by an ecosystem.
No,
It's just
absolutely
a
not,
dead
no.
body of
Yeah,
water.
Yeah, it's a dead
that-
body of water,
yeah.
basically. Yeah.
It's going to need some plant life to grow in it before it gets anything else.
I'm just thinking of like concerned about food and everybody being able to sustain themselves out there and while working day in and day out, like trying to
We can't
rebuild.
fish out of the lake if that's what you're thinking. So,
Yeah, there's no.
no fish.
Yeah.
Not if we plant
We
fish,
don't have
let them-
helicopter technology to airdrop fish.
Or I at
True.
least had the thought of maybe we would at least be able to trade and get like some fishermen to come out and get food for us in exchange for something. But
Huh.
if there's no fish, then, I mean,
Can't you like?
we're
create
stuck in the
food?
same spot we were before.
Mhm.
But I
But
guess
now we have
whatever we were
water.
doing before was good enough. So I mean,
Yeah, it's just
The problem is-
now we don't have the pottery though to
Yeah, we have
trade
no
away.
export.
right.
Yeah, that's going to take a while. Honestly, that's probably going to be the most important thing is getting some way to get us some revenue back started.
True.
Mm-hmm.
I think
maybe
we could probably
the
put some wealth together and get a couple sets of stoneworking tools and a couple sets of pottery tools.
Yep.
Maybe that could get things rolling again, at least
Yeah.
for the more important people that would make the most use out of such tools.
I'd say a few things we could try. We've got all of that. My plan is to try and convince some like crazy ass gnome inventor people that probably work here to move. Like, hey, there's a lake out there. You don't know. You've never been to a lake before. What do you think you could find on it? Just like get their fucking
We're doing
schizophrenia
scam
going.
tourism now.
Yeah, literally scam tourism. But just
Melanie.
like go out there, start something. Like it's gonna be a difficult few years, but maybe like who knows? They start up like some crazy fucking gnome boating service.
You know that
Something.
you know we don't
Melanie.
control the other side of the water, right? You know there's like an enemy army
Yeah,
on the other side.
You know
right?
what the enemy army doesn't have? Boats.
We're gonna build boats to get across this lake. Alternatively, now hear me out. I know it's a bit difficult, but very complicated process. But I mean, hypothetically, you could just walk around the
Yeah, you
thing
could.
instead
But you know
of
what's
building
faster than
boats.
walking around? Boat.
I feel like loading everything onto the boat and then loading it off for like. Say, I don't know boating. I've lived in a desert my entire life, Dale. I don't know. I've barely seen boats.
Exactly. You've never seen a boat. How much do
Do you
think?
know have you seen a boat?
I think I saw a boat once.
Just so that we don't get too carried away, there is the sea right there. There is a dock, there is boats.
Oh shit! Melanie says. We look at the ocean. Oh, didn't think about that.
We're like having this
Jealous, he's
argument.
the smart one.
We look off to the like southwest, like, oh, there's the ocean.
Yeah.
Well, shit. There goes my grand
I think we
scheme.
just unlock ourselves in conversations about what the fuck to do, and then Galashar eventually
Well,
finds us at Melanie's
Well,
melons
that
with
does
too many
beg an
melons.
interesting question. I'll ask Melanie, are there any particularly industrious gnomes that have set up shop here in Gavash?
Oh, there's one.
There's one.
They
Orky,
got
I think was his
No-
name
no-
or something.
no
He owns
Depot?
like a really weird. I don't even know what he does over there, to be honest.
Where's that?
I think it's right over there on the other side of the marketplace, behind a few buildings, called Gnome Depot or something like that.
There you go.
That's pretty funny, man.
What do you think, Dale? You,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Give him a talk.
All right, let's go. Let's go give him
Yeah.
a talk.
I'm sure Galashar's gonna be here any minute. To be honest, this meeting can't be that long, right? Surely.
He'll
Sure.
find the gnome place. You know.
Yeah. Melanie, if you see Galashar, tell him we're at Known Depot.
Who's Galashar?
The wizard guy, half elf.
Okay. Your friend?
Yeah.
Okay. If he comes by, I'll tell him.
Yeah. No, your melons are irresistible.
I know.
All right. See you around.
Alright.
And then we carry a bunch of fucking melons to Montone Deep.
Alright. Yeah?
Where in the city was the house where Nerilyn was staying? Was it in the merchant district?
Yep, so I was about to talk to you about that because you know that she came here for a business trip. I mean, she is a merchant, so she probably has these quite often. She's not home for like maybe a week or so. She does other things, travels around the country. But I don't think you know exactly where she stays. I mean, I don't think you've like accompanied her on these trips. She probably mostly works alone or with like a few colleagues or something. But I don't think you would know where she stays. But I was about to get to that because you know she's in the capital. But if you go around like the marketplace where you would expect to find her, you don't really find her here at all. And Gelashar, not Gazan. Gelashar.
Yep.
In Gelashar's head, is this like ringing any like bells at this point or something? Because you haven't seen her on the road, you haven't seen her at the village, you haven't seen her here at the marketplace.
It's
Didn't
getting
see her
starting to
at the
get a bit worried, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure she has some suitors before as well, but this is starting to be a bit worrisome. But then again, I am quite terrified of talking to people on my own, so instead of asking around, I will go and try to find my friends in the merchant district.
Well, you find them. They're on their way with a lot of melons. They're walking somewhere.
Right.
We're the only idiots.
I
With buy
see.
10
I-
melons at a time.
7
looked-
melons!
I look at a massive pile of lemons and tree like, what the fuck? Wait,
Wait a minute.
what are you guys doing?
Oh, we're,
We got melons.
we're going to Gnome Depot.
Oh, shit. Listen, guys, come here. Gashan, I need your help.
Yeah,
Can you put the
Watermelon?
melon down?
I just placed them
melon
on
and listen
Dale.
to me.
Yeah.
Put the
So-
melon down and listen to me.
Listen, I think my sister is in Givash, but we didn't see her on the road. She's not here.
Yeah, I haven't
And-
seen her. I haven't heard people gasping as she walked by either, so
God damn it, stop it. Every
not
time,
my
the
fault.
same shit.
I'm insane. Yeah.
Listen, could you maybe ask around for her?
You know, she might be in Gnome Depot.
She might be at Gnome Depot.
See?
No.
Cheers, sister.
Anyways, we can ask
Gnomes?
the guy at Gnome Depot, right? What is his name? Porky Dorky? Something like that?
Just ask people on the way.
It's like I can see the sign, right? I can hear the theme
all
song
right.
playing
It's-
from here.
I'm just worried. It's all
Yeah,
right.
no, I'm sure it's fine.
I'll come
you
with
know?
you guys.
She wasn't in the town, right? We didn't like completely just forget. Everyone didn't just like forget she was in town somewhere.
I think she was in state capital, but I'm not sure, so I'm
All right.
kind of
yeah,
losing my
well,
shit
yeah.
here, so
I see. Yeah. Also here, this is for you, and then I have a bouquet of yellow roses. Thank you for saving my sister.
thank you, I guess. Alright, moving on.
To Gnome Depot. 7 melons,
Shala says,
6
"Aw."
roses.
6 melons.
All right, you guys head out of the market square and kind of through a few alleys away from like the center point of the Ayana district towards the richer houses, like behind all the market stalls and all that sort of stuff. And it is here that you find a very large and extravagant looking lay building with a huge sign on it that has like these glowing lights on it, which just says like in massive letters, Gnome Depot.
Yeah,
I don't think
What
I...
a-
Perfect.
what a store.
Is there a hot dog stand out front?
Ooh.
Nope. But
Damn, missed opportunity.
This is
Not
a
yet.
fake-
Jorge's
fake
Hot Dogs
Gnome
opens
Depot.
up soon,
Fake
boys.
Gnome Depot. It's not real. It's a sham.
all right,
Real Gnome Depot.
All right,
Hot dog.
yeah.
you head inside, which the entrance is like kind of like a saloon door, if you know, like two
Mm-hmm.
doors that go onto the side as they're opened. You guys can head inside, and it's a really nice looking shop. And initially, you smell kind of like a nice odor inside. There's like a very nice like kind of elevator music tune playing around somewhere. There's a bit of a line formed in the middle of the room towards kind of like a counter towards the end. You can't see what's on the other side of the counter because there's too many people in the line kind of crowding the way. And in addition to the line, there's a few people kind of walking out of a side door with like huge wheelbarrows filled with some very odd looking materials, because there's this one guy coming out with a wheelbarrow out of the side door, heading for the exit, which you guys are standing in front of. He's got this wheelbarrow, and it's filled with what you could swear are rocks. You've seen like tons of rocks everywhere. Like the mountains, especially the hills, they're filled with like random rocks. And this wheelbarrow seems to be filled with rocks. But when he comes out and you take a look at his wheelbarrow, all of these rocks are made of wood? Huh? And he's
Kind of
like,
cutting.
good day, sirs. He goes,
Wooden
When the
rock?
fuck did you find trees shaped like that?
oh, no. That's the service of this place.
Gives you wood
Just-
shaped.
Ask him.
All right, yeah, all right,
Yeah,
cool.
okay.
How long's the line?
Saloon doors. Like 6, 7 people.
Change the material properties, but they keep the shape.
I don't fucking know.
Huh.
Rocks in the wood.
Let's see what this is all about.
I look
Alright.
around for a no instruments sign.
A no instrument sign?
I find none. I pull out my flute. I start playing.
There's already music playing, so.
Yeah, all right. I play along with the music.
It's
Alright.
like beatbox Bluetooth speaker in public.
It is
etiquette.
very off kilter, and I go on just a solo tangent, and then I stop. seeing
It's really
like the
bad.
line kind of stopped and just looked at
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
As soon as he starts playing, I move away and go stand by the wall. Second-hand embarrassment.
Alright.
It's like the recorder with the Titanic theme. It's like really.
Yeah.
Alright, well,
Everybody's like, oh no.
you get
I
closer
don't
and
know these
closer to
people.
the front of the line, and whoever's still standing in the line, I guess,
Oh, yeah?
you will reach the front of the line, and on the other side, standing on a pretty high stool, seems to be a gnome. And this gnome is dressed like, if you imagine what like a stereotypical like pimp looks like, you know, like the purple hat with the feather, the cane with the gold, like the purple robes. That's what this gnome looks like. He's dressed like to the T fancy. He's clearly like very rich. He looks over at you guys and says, "Greetings, welcome to Home Depot. What can I do for you?"
Hey, I'd like to fit. What services do you provide?
We can turn your rock, wood.
He points at the sign that says all the things
Metal?
that the thing can do.
I'm doing this all out of memory. I need to look at my notes.
Yeah, no, it's
I don't
understandable.
remember as well.
Yeah.
I don't fucking remember what this bag can do. All right.
Do I even have it written
I think we're
down?
gonna convince him to pick up it, boys.
Or maybe it's all like carbon stuff, so like wood, stone,
There's some-
and
It's like 3
glass
different
or
things
something.
No,
Same.
it's like 4 or 5.
Glass is not carbon.
Fuck.
Well, it's like stone, right?
Should have looked.
Glass is silicates.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, shows how much
Glass
I know
and
about
sand.
making glass.
Yeah, it's like wood,
It's all good.
rock. I think maybe
Even
iron.
not all rocks are carbon based either.
Let's take
Alright,
another
so-
5-minute break here because I want to find my notes on this.
All right.
He wants
we
to
did
do
the
Home
same
Depot
thing we
right.
did before you, right? In our old notes.
Yeah, I need to find my old notes because yeah. All right, let's take another like 5-minute break.
The old lore.
Oh no. Before we
wait,
break
wait.
the economy.
Glad I
I'm
don't have the
big
big regret
economics.
not investing in this. I'd have a big investment share just sitting
Jesus Christ,
unclaimed
event.
all this time.
rocks will fall very shortly.
Yeah.
This entire shop is rigged to make rocks fall and everyone die.
All right. So you ask Porky what his services are, and he tells you that he can turn, well, I can turn any wood, stone, or copper into any of the 3 materials of an equal weight.
Holy shit. Are you an
Is it
alchemist?
Copper way more than rocks? I asked Gelashar.
Are you an alchemist?
No, I just.
No, but I have my secrets.
Wow.
Tricks of the trade, if you know what I mean.
Shala will narrow her eyes
Uh-oh.
at
As
the
darkness
gnome.
appears.
Darkness appears.
The gnome smiles at you, and you can see that he's got... What's it?
Grills?
A grill? Yeah, he's got grills.
Gold grill. Oh no.
Ah, no, not even gold. Platinum.
No, he's got gold
Oh.
grills, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'll ask him how. Surely there's a charge for these things.
Oh,
What
yes,
is-
of course
what-
there's a
oh,
charge.
What is your pricing?
Running a
scheme
business here. What did you say?
Those
Take
all the
mass
services
orders.
you provide, or do you also sell tools?
Provided I what?
Are those all the services you provide, or do you also sell tools?
Tools? No. You can go buy tools anywhere. Not me, though. I've got a unique business
Yeah,
here.
it's very, very unique.
So,
What is
um,
your pricing on these services? Do you charge
Depends on
by
how much you
material
want.
and weight?
The more
You
stuff
get
you bring me...
discounts for bulk?
No.
Shit.
It takes a long time if you bring me items too large in volume. But I'll do anything.
That's not.
As long as they're not bigger than me in size. There can be many of them. As long as they're not bigger than me, I'll do them.
I elbow Kazan. Why are we
yeah.
here?
Oh, yeah. Has anyone paid with any of these? And then I pull out the ancient gold coin. And Dale has a seizure on the floor.
There we
Oh,
go.
we ignore it. Alright, he's fine now.
Talking, and then everything went quiet, and everyone first like, "Oh no!"
He takes a look at it and he'll tell you that actually yeah, let me make a roll here.
DM's typing.
Yeah, I think 2-3 days ago someone came here. Not a very small transaction. I'm not gonna divulge the details of it, but I think it was someone from Lucar's. You know the place?
Lucar's. What the fuck is Lucar's? No, I have no idea where Lucar's is.
Oh, Lucar's Financial Services?
It's a company, I see. No, never been there. All right. Also, have you seen a half elf? Looks like him. Female. Attractive. Sorry, I have to add that detail. All right.
Not
No,
that.
I suppose I wish I had, huh?
God damn.
All right. Great. All right. Well,
No transactions this time?
no, we have a
That's
village
lousy.
to rebuild. Maybe a bit too big.
All right, well, I'm a busy man and there's a lot.
Yeah. Bye bye.
Yeah.
All right, we roll our melons out of the store.
All right.
There's some
Disappointed.
weird fucking shops around here.
There are some weird fucking shops around here.
He must have lied. He must have been an alchemist of some kind.
I don't fucking know. All right.
Maybe I should do the conclave. Maybe he's a rogue wizard.
Yeah. Did you see any conclave things on him?
Don't think he didn't even look like a wizard to me.
Maybe.
I have a
He's-
feeling
he's
that
not
if you
using
go
a
back
spell,
there and
maybe he has a
investigate
mind.
what he actually does, you're not going to like what you see, and not because it's evil or
I'm
anything.
sure
You're just-
he seems
it's
to
just
have run
gonna
the
make you
shop for a
angry.
while. I'm sure he's got like the right licensing and stuff.
Maybe it's not ours to worry about, but
I mean,
I
he's got a
might-
whole fucking brand. How did he get like a sign there? I'm sure it's probably legal.
surely.
I mean,
Now let's go back to the market. We need to find my sister. Okay, Gazan, you're up.
Fucking. All right, I roll the melons around. Why are we still rolling these? I just put them on Dale.
why does it always go down to me to carry all your shit?
Somehow you're the strongest out of us. I don't know how it works. All right, you just are.
All right. At this point, you guys been doing a lot of stuff, and you also traveled here today. The sun seems to start be going down. Evening is upon you. You can still do a few things, but shops and stalls are going to start closing soon.
All right, I write down the fucking store. What was it? Financing. I try to remember the name, and surely I have not forgotten in 5
Luke-
seconds.
Lucar's Financial Services.
Lucar's Financial. Yeah, and I will generally ask around for with Galashar in tow for a female half elf that looks like him.
Godlirian.
You see a female half elf look like this guy smoking hot, you know?
Very attractive.
You go over to who do you ask?
I just fucking I go up to the first person I can. I have no fucking idea who merchant contacts are, so I just go one person after another. I just first available.
No one knows who you're talking
No one.
about. If you just ask
God,
random people. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a bit more like narrow the area, my man.
Did we ask at the
Um,
gate already? If
Merchants
they saw
here.
her yesterday or today, they would certainly remember. Right?
Would I remember where in here she's usually having her like merchant stall in the capital?
Where does she
Somewhere in the
stay
circle.
around here?
Well, let's go
Probably
find
near
some.
the other people, similar vendors.
I
Yeah,
look
well,
around for a
there's-
merchant inn of like merchant quality where merchants hang out.
Yeah, there's probably one located close by to the merchant district. Yeah.
All right, I will walk over there.
All right. You arrive at the Silk Smooth Inn, which is a merchant inn located in the Ayana district, very close by to the Merchant Circle. Not Merchant Square. Circle.
Thank you for the
And
distinction.
as people are, packing up their stalls and their shops, closing down, a lot of them seem to be heading over here and into the inn for the night.
I will go and ask the bartender. Who surely, if someone's heard something, it's probably him. If he's seen someone that
even know
looks
the
like this guy, female, very attractive.
Who is he? Who is she to you? He asks you, Elshar?
My sister is my sister.
Sister.
Merlin usually stays here, sells but
Oh,
What's
yeah. Nerlin. Yeah, I remember her. She's been here a few times. I
lately.
haven't seen her lately, though. I think she was... The last time I heard from her, maybe a week ago or something, I think she was on her way to Selucia, up north or something. Apparently she was gonna be importing something.
Well, at least. Okay, thank you. Thank you. That's all. Here, have silver for your information.
Thank you.
Throw give him my last money.
Yeah, like he did not pull it out of a coin pouch. It was just like fiddling it around.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I turn around to my party and at least she was not in the village. I was right. So she's probably up north doing some business.
All right.
Okay,
Well, do you wanna-
That's a relief.
Do you want to go up north and try and find her? Or you...
She's gonna come back soon, anyways, right?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I assume you would have talked to some of these merchants as well. Who are
Yeah, well, we're
here.
at the bar. I mean, it's getting late. We might as well fucking.
Yeah,
sleep
we are
here.
we are staying here for sure. Yeah, and talking
Yeah.
to people, but like,
Yeah, sure. Because there are a few people here, a few of the merchants who at least know of her, or even maybe know her. But none of them really know what is going on with her. They don't know like exactly where she is. Like, you'll ask a few of these merchants. One of them will tell you that the merchant heard that apparently recently Nerlin was selling something right outside the gates of the city, which he will wonder why she would be doing that. Seems a bit weird.
yep,
No, it's strange,
she's
isn't it?
always been here. That's strange. Not like
Yeah.
her at all.
And another person you ask another person you ask will tell you that you are the second person today, or the second person in recent days that has been asking after her. So he tells you to bugger off because he doesn't know.
I'm sorry.
Who was
else
the other
would
one
you-
that asked?
What does it matter? I don't know where she is. All right, that's what I told the
Well,
other guy
I
as
want to
well.
know who asked.
I don't know. It
I'll
was-
reach into a pocket, and you'll see the glint of gold dashing across the cleric's palm, and she'll say, "You could loosen your tongue about this. I don't need to compensate you, but I'll be gracious."
Well,
I'll clutch onto my Nadina
you
symbol.
should have been forthright with it. It was some guy from what's that? That loan place, the loan shark place. You know, what's that place?
Financial advisor.
No.
Lucaris?
Yeah, that's the place. Someone from there was
Yeah,
asking after
same
her.
thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
Interesting.
Some
Interesting.
bad
Alright,
business
alright,
going on
thanks.
here.
what's been
Sounds like-
she getting into? Oh fuck. Okay.
And I'll slide across a couple gold pieces to the guy.
I'll take them. And thank you.
I will whisper over to Shaw as we walk away. You know we're not made of money, right? And our fucking we don't have a lot of money, Shaw.
You put me in a tough position where
I
have to
could have
get you to
just
back
shouted at him a
down.
bit more, alright?
I mean, I
don't
could have kicked
wanna-
him in the shin.
That too.
this is
He probably
no
wouldn't be
cause
walking
for
for a day or so.
creating a scene.
Thank
Well,
you, Shala.
because,
I really appreciate it.
We can handle these things in due
What do you
time.
mean? Making a scene is what we do best.
Let's
I
not
don't
make it
Maybe,
agree with that
but
one, but I'm
they're-
just saying, like, rebuilding a fucking village isn't gonna be cheap, boys and girl.
Right. We need to go to the
true.
financial place tomorrow, I think.
Yeah, no,
Now
it's getting late.
it's time to get some
Probably
sleep,
do it.
I think.
Yeah.
All right. Places are closing down for the night. You guys can rest at. You guys want to rest at this inn, which is going to be slightly more
yeah,
expensive,
fuck it.
or you want to go to like a commoner inn?
I think we should go to the commoner inn if you're going to be complaining about money that much.
I'm just saying, he was an asshole.
Yes, he was an asshole. So why would we want to associate with him or the likes of him?
Yeah, we can go to the commoner inn.
You know, we're in no position to live beyond our means.
All right. You guys go to the Land Shark Inn, located in the Commoner District, which is a very simple tavern/inn with a few rooms Stairs. Simple beds. Simple everything. Noisy. Not relatively protected from any of the weather outside. But you guys can stay here for a night.
Enough
And
to
you
get a
will
short.
get your first guaranteed short rest.
A
Boys, we've done it. We've short rested twice.
success.
Jesus.
So for hit dice, just in case anyone doesn't know, if you do not spend any hit dice, you gain 1 hit die.
But I can't spend that tonight. I have to wait, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Only if you do not spend any hit dice do you gain 1.
Oh, I'm definitely. Ooh, look at that! What a good roll.
My,
And
my hit die are cursed.
everyone
Just
also
that's
gains
how it
3
is.
from the Song of Rest.
Only if you use the hit die.
Yeah, if you use the hit die, you gain 3.
Yeah, I'll only spend 1. 30 out of 35 is gonna have good.
Mm-hmm. Alright. A new day shines down. It's another sunny day, surprise, surprise.
No, really.
Wow.
Wow, another sunny day in the desert. Who would have guessed?
You only recover like 5th level, or I don't remember. How many spell slots do you recover on a short rest?
You should. I think
Should
you
just be
recover one
One level.
until level 4. Yeah.
Level 4 is when you start
Level
recovering
5,
too.
you get 2.
No,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
level
because we
5.
just-
Is it?
Right?
Yeah.
Is level 5 you get
You-
to?
As a non-wizard or sorcerer.
Yeah, you just
Oh
get
yeah,
one.
it's half your level rounded down, right?
I mean, I don't remember exactly, but it's
Yeah.
1 for you right now. That's what I'm certain of.
Yeah, I think it's wizards
Bard
have it rounded
scale.
up, and everyone else has
No,
rounded
no,
up.
you have it divided by 3. Class level divided
Class
by
level
3.
divided by 3. Yep.
No, it's divided by
Looking at
3.
it right
Oh,
now.
alright.
Yeah.
Sorcerers, it's 2. Paladins, Rangers, it's 5.
Wizards is 2. Yeah. But sorcerers have spell points, so it's different as well.
Mm-hmm. All right. It is the morning in the Landshark Inn, as you can smell of cheap alcohol and beer from downstairs as people start morning drinking.
I look at Dale as he's pouring moonshine on his infection. Has it gotten worse?
Yeah, I mean, Dale, perhaps it was just the adrenaline. Perhaps you just didn't feel it yesterday, but you do feel a bit sick. Like, clearly not 100%. Like, if you had to go swinging around your axe right now, and you... or sword, I suppose? You have a sword, right?
Yeah, I have a sword. Don't have the axe yet.
Yeah. If you had to go swinging around a sword right now, and you didn't do it recklessly, you would... your weapons would be very disadvantageous.
Hmm.
Real fucking smooth there, Desev.
We do have Father Akia lined up to.
Yeah,
Cure
no,
your
let's
disease
go
today.
check that before you die of
I'm not gonna die. Just need another
Before
good night
he
of
uses
sleep.
the spell slot on somebody else. First thing in the morning after
Yeah,
eating,
that's-
we should go see Father Akia.
right.
All right. You guys can head over to Father Akia's, who will reconvene with you guys in the same house, over at the same beds as before. And he will inform you that he has prepared the appropriate spells for today. But he'll tell you that, unfortunately, I can only detect one of you for a potential curse.
Well, if
But-
one's cursed, we're all cursed, so.
Yes, that seems logical. So hopefully there are no differences between if you are cursed between the 4 of you.
Yeah, before that, can you fix Gale up? So I think he's getting worse.
Oh yes, would you like me to do that, Mr. Gnome?
So just.
Like, look at them all grumpy. Fine.
All right.
Don't
It'll be fine, Dale.
need a good night's sleep.
He will take your hand, speak some words, do a motion. His necklace slightly glows. His hand slightly glows. He touches your hand for a moment. when he takes his hand away, you can look at the bite marks on your hand, and there's no longer any bruises or color around them. They're just like small wounds that are already like filling up.
But no disease.
Yeah, you do feel better.
Okay. Is there any healing that goes along with it, like hit point wise, or is it just the disease?
Mechanically speaking, no, you don't get any hit points.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Wanted to make sure I track that properly.
Mm-hmm. There we go. And who of you would like to be the one I use my detection on?
Well, I'm already
Yep.
here. Might as well.
Might as well.
All right. All right. He takes your hand, and similarly, he begins casting a spell, but this time casts for a long time.
Mhm.
Never mind, this is a ritual spell. He could do this infinite times, but you guys don't know that. He lied.
Yeah, maybe Shala knows.
Shaw's
but
gonna have an
she'll-
epiphany at about like 3 levels. Like, that motherfucker.
Yeah. All right. Well, for 11 minutes, he channels his magic. You feel uncomfortable at all, Dale? You know you're in the hands of this cleric. He's casting magic on you for like 11 minutes.
I definitely like get restless a little bit.
Mhm.
Like there's probably some point where I'm just like, he's got my hand. I'm like, I'll like start fiddling with something, then I'll like just reach for my flask to start drinking, and like Charlotte probably like slaps my hand away. No drinking during bed.
Like, Dale, wait. It's a ritual. You have to give him another, like... It's probably another 5 or 6 minutes. I know it's boring and you have to stand here, but it just
5 or
takes a
6
long time.
minutes.
There's nothing you can do. You just have to wait.
5 or 6 minutes. You're not the one standing here with your arm held out, getting magic cast. All right, that's a lot easier for you to say.
I know.
Want something to pass the time.
I pat Dale on the shoulder. I know, buddy.
All right. He will finish the spell, after which his holy symbol ceases to glow, his hand ceases to glow. He lets go of you, Dale. He steps back, says, "Interesting. This is unlike anything I've encountered before. There is a 4 of you. Is there a 5th among you?
Technically, yes. Why?
Because this curse is linked between 5 individuals.
What? Linked how?
Your fate is linked.
Oh, fuck.
What does that mean?
Fuck.
Well,
But continue.
not literally, but this curse, it is not as perhaps bad as I initially thought. There is some kind of item, some material possession that links all 5 of you together now.
Mm-hmm.
And this tattoo on your hands apparently what's the word? This tattoo on your hands displays the item in question, its state, physical state.
Knew it.
Great.
So we are all linked to a powerful demon building a legendary artifact, and we have a progress bar of it on our hands.
Well, yeah, at least we get progress reports, right?
Fuck.
Is that it?
This item, which you seem to know about, all of you have been deemed worthy to wield it. But as long as more than one of you live, none of you can wield it.
Fuck.
Guys, we need to talk. Come closer. Let's do a group huddle here.
What are you? Yeah, what are we talking about exactly here? Yeah,
So,
Give us a moment, Father.
yeah.
Of
Like,
course.
give us a few hours, you know. Yeah.
so I went to see a conclave wizard yesterday.
Mhm.
This thing is a really
about
powerful
Frank, right?
demon. Yeah, Frank.
Ah.
Frank is known by many names. He's a legendary demon who makes others do his bidding. He's apparently called Fras Urblu or something like that. But like, let's just say that we are fucked.
I do feel
majorly
quite fucked. Yes.
It's less than ideal.
Maybe Shala was right. Maybe we actually have to. Oh no. Okay, well. Let's not panic. Let's hear what the father has to say. All right. Moving on.
All right. Yeah. Anything else?
All of you who share this tattoo, as I said, have the access to wield this item or use this item that links you. But as I said, while more than one of you survives, none of you can wield it. But surely that's no issue, right? Just forget about the item.
Oh, for the four of us, yes. Well, considering the first one is a demon, you know.
Oh, well, that complicates things.
Oh, well, complicated is one word for it. A death sentence is another one. Yeah, fucking fantastic.
Hmm.
Woo!
So what you're saying is as long as we're alive, he can't actually use it.
That is what I'm saying, yes.
Yeah, what that means, Dale, is once this becomes a weapon, he's gonna come kill us.
You might come
The good news
before
is
that
he-
as well.
He might come before that. But the good news is if he does make it a weapon, he can't use it against us.
Oh, great!
side.
The demon can't use the holy mace against us. We're fucking good to go.
Hey,
Well,
man, I'm just trying to find some silver linings on these clouds, all right?
Well, there is a great sign of hope in all of this, and
That would be.
with the Azog did come Enzu. Perhaps I don't know how well equipped we are for taking on a great quest right now, but maybe we need to venture out into Merzine and find Danzu and find what happened to the demon.
Great, so we need to go on a holy mission to find the magical bird.
You know, I hate to say this, but maybe we should get the government involved.
Oh, now you want to involve the government.
And what good have they done us?
Oh
Besides
yeah, hey,
tell us that
government
we should
buddies,
do
we're
it
being
for
hunted by a
free.
demon. Can you sponsor a journey into Merzin for us? You know, just real fast, in out. We're gonna just get the holy bird of legend.
Well,
I think you may be somewhat on the right track with some of these things. I don't know how easy it would be to falsify ourselves, but with a little bit of background information and perhaps a couple of pieces, we might be able to. I would hate to use Nadinus as a guise for espionage, but I think my clerical status might get us some leniency in a foreign land that might not otherwise get afforded to foreigners. Though I could be wrong.
I'm gonna be honest, Shala, I don't
my
think they
sense-
give a shit.
What's my sense on that? Just have like, if I was to just like travel as a cleric to Merzine, would they be like, where are you coming from? Like, I mean, if I told them I was a Carizian citizen, but I didn't come there for war or anything, would they?
That depends.
be pissed?
Are you, if you're going to Barzine, are you a cleric of Nadinis or are you a cleric of Zuzatra? If you're a cleric of anything except
okay.
Zuzatra,
They
you
will
are
kill
committing
you.
sacrilege and they will kill you.
Gotcha. Okay.
But they
So
don't
it's
worship
a
gods, they just
absolutist.
No, they're
Single
not gonna kill you, but it is. How should I put? They recognize all of the gods, but it's like they've got like their own god who is also like their font into all the other gods as well, and like worshipping any of the other gods is like saying, I don't need you, I want to go to your parents, and that's seen as very disrespectful, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, you're cutting out the middleman.
Yeah.
But why would you cut out the middleman when he's like your neighbor?
Middleman, not
Yeah.
like
He's not up in the sky. He's
Yeah,
literally
he's literally
here.
there. He is your king. So why would you?
You can see him.
Yeah, cutting him out would be not sacrilegious, but like against the law at least.
It's
How-
not common sense at
Yeah.
that point because it's like so obvious.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's enough worrying for today, guys. Maybe we should go check the financial place.
Worries have already started.
Wait, let me go get
Yeah.
that axe first. Feel like loan sharks, or sorry, financial expert aren't going to be as
buy your
nice to
fucking
deal with.
axe. Thank you, Father Akio.
Yes, thank you for your help.
No problem.
If you have any free time, by the way, we would appreciate your help out east, considering I don't know how much time we'll be spending there now that we have a demon chasing us. It might not be the safest place for all of our families to be around us, that is.
Well, I'd love to, but as I said, with all the war refugees here and everything going on, I don't think I have the time.
Well then, stay around, I guess.
Good luck to you.
Yeah, yeah, see you, bye.
Yeah.
Everyone's got their own.
Alright.
Oh. Well, that's great.
At least we are free.
Guys, at least we're free from the government, am I right? Anyway, Charlie, you want to send us up as spies? That was the plan?
Start working as spies? I'm not sure.
I don't know how else it would work.
Well, I'm curious where things lead with this financial place. Where this all
Finance.
fits into everything.
Oh, yeah, let's go there, do
And-
that first.
I'm also curious. I wonder if there's more information that they have about exactly what other happenings have been going on in other places that they suspect might be influenced by this demon.
Yeah, I mean, we'll probably find out something about it.
It might be worth going and investigating some of those happenings.
Alright. Dale, did you want to buy a weapon first?
Oh yeah, I want to buy a battle axe.
Alright. Well, you can head over to the marketplace, and you might think you want to buy a battle axe, but you know, advertisements and marketing schemes,
Yeah.
they slightly get to you, because you get over to the stalls, and you see 3 stalls. You see
Mm-hmm.
Matthew's maces, Solomon's swords, and
already have
Akshan's
swords.
axes.
Hmm.
And these are 3 very similar looking stalls. One of them sells bludgeoning weapons, one of them sells axes, one of them sells swords.
Well, I already have a sword, so I don't need.
And they're all yelling at each other. They're calling each other all sorts of derogatory insults. And as soon as you walk into their aggro radius, they turn their attention to you and start marketing their weapons towards you. Like, oh, little gnome, come over here. I've got the best maces in town. You know what? You can use these maces not only for killing monsters, not only for killing humans, but you can also use them for building your own home. You gotta whack in a nail, wham, wham, wham. You can use this hammer. Come over here.
but I already have a hammer at home. I don't need a hammer
What's
for
bigger than a
wacky
hammer
things.
at home? A big hammer at home.
Like I said, I've already got a pretty big hammer at home. I need an
You
axe.
can also
An axe is
always
what I
use a
need.
bigger hammer. You know what they say, the
Could
ladies
use-
love big hammers.
You trying to say I'm compensating for something? I'll immediately walk over to the axe stand.
Alright. Akshan's axes
Yep.
is the stand you walk up to. And Akshan
Mm-hmm.
notices that he doesn't have to lure you in, so he immediately acts a lot more friendly, like, welcome to Akshan's axes. What can I do for you? How are you feeling, little fella? Hand axe? Battle axe? Perhaps. Ooh, if you're feeling adventurous today. Great axe?
As much as a great axe would be nice, let me see your battle axe.
Oh, I've got quite a few. Pulls out,
Quite a few.
rummages his collection, and he pulls out wham, 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 3 battle axes onto the table. And he tells you that 2 of these pretty run of the mill, still like high quality, good battle axes. But the one in the middle, you can see that it's got like a bit of a carving on its handle. And he starts telling you a tale about a legendary soldier in the army who killed 89 Merzinians with this battle axe. Then he signed it and he sold it off. He tells you that if you use this battle axe, you're gonna have good luck in battle. But it's a bit more expensive than the others.
Mm-hmm. How much more expensive?
How much are battle axes?
So I got the weapons page here. Battle axe, 10 gold.
Yes, 10 gold. The 2 on the sides are 10 gold. He tells you the one in the middle is 15 gold.
May I try them out a little bit?
Sure, go ahead. We got
So I'll pick them up, just like
got a training
toss them
dummy
from
right
hand
here.
to hand. Yeah, I'll take a few swings. Training dummy. He probably doesn't expect me to swing it around the way that I do, but
What do you mean?
I start swinging that thing one-handed, and I'm hitting the training dummy like as hard as a normal sized person would two-handed.
Yeah, if he had
Just
glasses,
I don't know how that
he'd-
affects him.
He'd be doing the... Takes his glasses down and just looks at like, excuse me? He's probably just like mouth agape looking at you. He was not expecting you to swing it that way.
Yeah. Do you actually get any different feeling from the carved one?
The 2 other ones, if you test multiple of them, the one in the middle, clearly it's been like, what's the term? It's not like worn, but it's been broken in, if you know what I mean.
Gotcha.
The others, they feel like fresh forged, and there's still like a few like the grip is a bit like clunkier. It still has to be like kind of worn so that you can get a better grip of it. It seems like not imbalanced the weight, but it seems like something you probably have to get used to. The one in the middle just seems like fits your hand slightly better, maybe.
Gotcha. It's used.
It is used, but it has been sharpened. Tells you, Akshan.
Has been sharp. Interesting. Well, I just wouldn't feel right stealing someone else's own achievements. I gotta build my own for my own foundations, you know. So I think I'll take this one here on the left.
That's reasonable. You wouldn't want 2, would you? I can give you a discount on the other one.
Oh, sorry, I already have a sword. You know, gotta have a weapon for each situation. You're not gonna use a sword in the same scenario. You're gonna use an axe. You know.
He looks over at Solomon's.
Oh, don't worry, I didn't buy it from him.
Oh, okay, good.
I already had it when I came here.
Okay. Unfortunately, though, no weapons in the city. I'm gonna have to. You're gonna pay, and I'll have this taken to the gates where they keep all the weapons. You can pick it up when you leave.
What?
Yeah, that's unfortunately Givash policy. It's not a scam, I swear.
point of buying a weapon if you can't even...
You can
Fuck it.
you can use it as much as you want as soon as you leave the city, but in wartime they don't want people running around with weapons in here.
It'd make more sense if they just wanted to confiscate the weapons to use for the war effort. Like, what?
If you give a bit of a tip, then perhaps I can overlook that.
Seriously contemplating the advantages of having a weapon and the disadvantages of being the only fucking gnome in the city with a weapon. Unfortunately, wisdom was not my dumb dad.
All right.
So, I'll take a long time to consider it, and I'll like almost reach into my pocket for more gold, and I was like, no, my friends will get mad at me. I appreciate the offer, and I won't talk about it to anyone else.
All right.
I appreciate it though, and I'll slide him over the 10 gold.
All right. He'll shake your hand. He'll take the gold, and he'll.
I assume he hands me like some sort of fucking receipt for picking it up with my other stuff.
Yep. Yeah. He'll hand you like a similar token to what you were given at the gate, and well, you don't get your freshly forged battle axe yet, but it is yours. Yep. It's like an NFT.
Yeah. Fucking buy an NFT. God damn it.
Yeah.
Well, go back to my friends. Grumpy's like, well, got an axe.
Geltrar's just sitting with his hands like this, very stressed out.
Kazan?
Got the
Yeah,
axe.
Yes, I got the
Kazan.
axe, but not allowed to carry it around
Fuck
town.
you. Of course not.
He's talking about they won't let us walk around with them in wartime. That sounds like they're trying to confiscate all their weapons so they can use them themselves.
I don't
Right.
think they let us walk around with them in
That's-
peacetime either.
That's my. No, he said that they don't want people walking around with weapons during wartime. That's what he
Yeah,
said.
I'm just saying, why would you need a weapon in peacetime in a city?
It is really funny though.
Because there's
I
shit
have-
out there.
I can do much more damage with this, and I have my arcane focus, my staff, and like than any of your weapons. But they don't confiscate these ones.
Man, if
Funny,
only there was an organization that could be held accountable for all those.
That is true.
And then I play my magical flute.
Well, you never know if a conclave is of
Let's
course
go to
insane.
this investment fucking place.
All right. So you guys are gonna head to the establishment known as Lucar's Financial Services.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Why don't we end here and we can pick up
Okay.
next time.
All right.
You guys can make it to the establishment, but we will step on inside next time.
God, I'm just so glad that we're still in the capital and we got here so easily. We're so close because there's so much information that we need.
There's
before
so
we do
much
anything.
shit from other campaigns here too, which is great.
Yeah, it's really
Maybe
really
not
good.
for you, specific Quantum, but
Yeah. Like some of it you guys are talking about is like they've been here before.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
And but there's definitely a lot of information relevant to what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this was a very information and RPG
Fruitful.
driven session, but it was a fun session regardless.
I thought it was fun.
I'd say it's pretty fruitful.
Mm-hmm.
Got
So
somewhere.
many melons.
The character in the party got more depressed with their situation.
It's fine. We are just
It's fine.
mugged for
Fine.
death. It's fine.
It's only a matter of time before I go back, buy another one of those melons, take it home, and then just make melon flavored moonshine.
True.
Melon infused moonshine. Oh no.
No, it's not melon infused. You just like fucking dump it in the watermelon.
You guys can take
Oh, yeah,
another 250 for a session.
You do the festival life hack of pouring all of your moonshine into melon. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.